We are begin.
Woo.
Hello, everyone. It's 7 o'clock on Wednesday night, and you know what that means. Welcome to Dork Tales. This is generic fantasy setting number 17735, also known as the chronicle known as the Shards of Nyrn. I am your dungeon master, Kelly, and we're going to start on my left tonight.
That's me.
Yeah. Hey, you did it! You did it!
Got it!
We learned our shapes and directions.
Ish. It only took 3 weeks.
Months, years.
Hi, I'm Winter. I'm playing Marisol, a rogue tiefling.
Hi, I am Amy. I'm playing Tia Armstrong, the druid half-orc.
Is it Armstrong or Strong Arm?
Armstrong.
Okay.
Armstrong.
Hi, I'm Mike. I am playing the half-elf ranger, Xeno Rightwing.
Hi, I'm Christine. I'm playing the dwarf cleric of the Tempest, Malia Sunsworn.
And I am the Dungeon Master, Kelly, and tonight we are continuing our chronicle. If this is your first time joining us, welcome to the channel. I'm going to give you a little recap so you know where we are. The basic story of the chronicle is that a young human rogue named...
Marisol.
Thank you. Did some classic Dungeons & Dragons adventuring near her hometown of Mog. I think it was... You're from Mog, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, basically. And in doing so, found a statue of the Earth Goddess and Goddess of Darkness, Nyrn, with a giant purple gem in the middle of the statue's forehead. With encouragement from a local thieves guild, she stole it. It shattered, and when she awoke from the resulting chaos, she found that she had been transformed into a tiefling, which in our world is... not something people are usually born as at this point in the world's cosmology. Who knows, that might change. So ever since then, she has been traveling the land trying to find where these shards of the Eye of Nyrn have vanished to. In doing so, she came across a storm cleric of the Hill Dwarf tribes. Mm-hmm. Named Malia, who is sworn to Vela, the goddess of the sun. They joined together soon after with a former sellsword turned druid hippie. Basically, you're like a washed up soldier from Vietnam.
Yeah, okay.
I learned how to plant trees.
I made some friends.
One of them's a goat.
Some of them are trees.
All of them are on Copperhead Road.
It's true. And you went on traveling together. They also came across a wood elf monk named Jason, who is played by our dear friend Ryan, who is stuck out in the Maritimes doing training right now. Who knows? He might come back someday. He was swept up by giant eagles, which, as we all know, are the uber of the fantasy universe. They're fantasy ubers. And then later on their way, they came across another elven type, a half-elf, named Xeno Rightwing. Or Xenophian.
Xenographer.
So is he a stenographer? We come from an ancient family of stenographers. Very, 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 very noble. And they are on a quest. So they're coming from the Southlands right now. They're working their way toward a... impossibly well-known wizard named Edagon the Wise, who is this world's version of, Gandalf or Magneto.
Why not both?
The Professor X of the land. And as they are making their way northward, they are presently going along an ancient chasm that bisects the Frostborn Mountains, which are about the same size as the Himalayas. And this chasm was forged when Yeomanger, was it?
Jur.
It's Yeomanger.
Okay.
That's how he's pronounced. Yeomanger, the demonic primordial entity of might, some call him a god, some call him something else, did battle with Gren, the god of dwarves, who was formerly like the god of war, and his protege. And in doing so, by felling the beast, or at least defeating him, it cleft a rift about as deep as the Grand Canyon through these mountains. So they are walking along the precipice on the edge, working their way toward the nearest bridge to the main continent, a place called Dog Run Bridge. In doing so, they recently stopped at a fantastic little... that's wobbling a lot. Is it?
Possibly.
It's fine. They made their way along to a resort town called Steep Hollow, where they met the most vigorous Goliath named, what's his name? Thorn Bear Murder. International playboy. And I know, right? So we're going to hop right in. So they did some hunting around. I forgot to mention our 5th/6th party member. We have an NPC party member named Farah, who is, as I believe your draconic role translated it as Dragonborn. But she is a humanoid dragon-type person who they found encased in a wall of amber in an ancient temple underneath a magmatic mountain. I don't even know if magmatic is a word, but I like the sound of it.
I'm pretty sure it is.
Is it? Then it is. So she's tagging along as well. She's got gold dragon scales and stuff. Don't worry, it'll all flush out in a second.
She has a hat.
Was that?
She has a hat.
And she has a hat finally, which is great because she has horns and big ears, and it was kind of a thing for a while where people were like, "Hey, you're weird," and now she has a hat.
Yay!
Yeah. All right. So
Cool.
as we're continuing on, I'm going to give you each of these tonight. We're using these to represent your inspiration. So some things about inspiration, just to remind you, you can spend them to gain advantage on a roll or to remove disadvantage and gain a normal roll. If another player does not have inspiration to spend, you can also grant them your inspiration. That's something we haven't been doing, but hey, it might save your life.
Okay.
You know, so for example, if you are completely screwed, do that.
And you prefer us to use our exclaim our inspiration before we do a roll?
I would, yeah. That's what you're supposed to do, and I waive that when I run for newbies. But yeah, we're kind of old hat at this point. This is game 10.
Oh God.
Yeah,
It is?
this is game 10. Yep. Because it was kind of confusing because the original chapters were numbered like 1, 2, 2B.
We are at level 4.
Yeah, you're at level 4, and who knows? You might hit level 5 this session if you kill enough things.
Alright, so in other words,
Yes.
kill all the things. As
Yeah.
the name says, tonight's session is murder.
Oh, yeah, what's the title of this session?
The title of this session is...
Snowmageddon.
Oh yeah, Snowmageddon.
We murder literally everything.
As it starts snowing this afternoon, or trying.
That was ridiculous.
Oh yeah, it totally snowed today. And there's cherry blossoms on the trees.
That has not
While it
happened
was
at my
snowing.
house.
It was very pretty.
At least they're not cutting down the cherry trees now. They chose not to.
That's good.
Gee, the public outcry was big enough, was it? Anyway, that's enough of that. So we are going to jump into play right now. And, last time on the Shards of Nyrn, generic fantasy setting number 17735. Our intrepid explorers found their way to Steep Hollow, where they had some fun. And some fun. Pump. And, wait, was that your eyebrows you were pumping? Okay, sure. I thought it was Thorn Bear Murder you were pumping.
That too.
Hey, so...
9-9.
9-9. At the end of their adventure for the day, they came across a screaming mare who was yelling about how their attraction, the largest snowman in all of the lands, had been taken hostage by a cabal of ravenous Yetis.
That's what happened?
That's what happened.
That's what happened.
Okay. That's news to me.
I mean, we just heard screaming and cries of Yeti.
Yeah.
we
Yeah,
just
I
ran
guess we
in.
hadn't heard the story yet.
And with a tremendous cry of, I think 4 Vela was
Yeah.
the Storm Cleric Dwarf. Tempest Cleric, sorry. Just hurtled her way down a snowy passageway, leaving the rest of you to go, did she just?
Let's go that way.
Okay.
Followed very, very closely by
Very
me,
closely.
who is second to go, wah!
I very carefully clarified first that
Guards.
that it would not be illegal if I drew my weapon on the other side of the line of the town.
Yes, I
Yes,
And when they
that's
said it was fine, we're both just like,
I stepped over,
Okay.
pulled it.
ah!
And I like how I actually was not informed about the weapon thing.
Yeah, no, you
It's
arrived
true.
late.
So, this is great.
It would have been great if you had just been like, sword! And then you would have been taken down.
Yeah.
Get wrecked, scrub. All right, so all of you, I believe, are healed up from last session.
Yes.
So why don't we just go ahead and run this as is. We'll be switching to maps momentarily, but I have a special surprise for tonight, so we're going to wait to do that until the time is right. The tunnel that you find yourself running down is about 40 feet tall. Solid ice that's been chiseled into a winding tunnel. The ground is a hard, freshly laid concrete. And your footsteps slap just the gentle ice melt that has managed to coat the floor. The walls shimmer with incandescent blue light. And occasionally you'll see that along the way there are sconces lit with blue flame. A very, very simple trick for any of you who are arcanists or have arcane as a skill. You've seen it before. There are also a number of things as you're running down here. Your footsteps echoing into the hollow sky. You run ahead and can see that there's a number of trinkets, and someone looks like they've lost their coin purse down on the ground there. Are you just full barreling?
Yeah.
If I see that, I'm going to pick it right up.
All right. Are you going to check it, or are you going to just pocket it?
I'm just going to pocket it. I'll
That
check it
sounds
later.
great. You'll find other things. You'll find disposable cups with lengths of straw sticking out of them, and little sealed wax paper lids, as well as roasted beans in a paper bag laying on the ground, light and fluffy. And you'll find that there are a number of sheep bladder balloons waving around that say "World's Largest Snowman" on them. One of them floats limply toward the sky, trying to escape.
Sheep bladder balloons? That's beautiful.
No, they used to do that. It's ridiculous. There are also a number of lit floating paper lanterns. Also lit by that strange blue flame. You run down a diagonal. There's so much litter here. I want you to picture kind of like a Disneyland type of vibe here, right? Without the mouse going around cleaning things. You round a corner and can see that there is a sealed portcullis blocking your way. A sign dangles from it that says, "Back in 10 minutes." It's on a little chain. You can turn it around if you want.
What does it say on the back?
Hours of operation.
I will turn it around and can...
Now you have to wait 10 more minutes from this moment. Because you just... Never mind. It was a dumb joke. That would be a great magic... That would be a great magic trap, though.
Yeah.
Flip. Ah!
Good point. Is this like a mega portcullis, or is
It's
it just
quite
like...
large. So the barrier that you're looking at is about 20 feet wide by about... it goes up about 20 feet, and then this is one of the few places where the ice has not been chiseled out, so you can't climb above it. It's a static block above you, and you can see that there are gears along the side. Down by your feet, if you're looking around, can I get everyone to make me a perception roll?
24.
Okay, we're looking for Winter. You're fine.
22.
11.
Okay, so you are just worried. You're basically like jumping up and down in place, getting your cardio going. The rest of you will hear in the distance this... Oh, actually, sorry. Farah always needs to roll too. I always forget. You'll hear in the distance the guttural chanting of whatever the Yeti dialect is called, saying a single word over and over. Frydhr. Frydhr. Looking around, you hear this echoing down the hallway at you. And by the portcullis, you can see there are a number of chains running along the side, almost like bicycle chains. Very, very small and spoked into gears in the wall. And down by your feet, actually, is a small box set into the ground that is built into the side of those gears. It has a small hexagonal hole in it that looks like a crank would go there.
Is there a crank anywhere?
Not that you can see. They probably ran off with it.
Well, that's really inconvenient.
It doesn't look like there's a locking mechanism, though.
Handy?
You could... What do you want to do?
Can we lift it?
You can try, yeah. Go ahead.
You know what? I'm feeling pretty impatient. I think I'm just gonna grab it and try and push it up.
Alright, that sounds great. I need a strength roll, please.
And I'm gonna keep looking around to see if there's anything I can use as a
What'd you get?
trick.
8.
Alright, so you're going to grab it. So Zeno is going to hit it with his shoulder and start scooching it up a little.
23.
And then you're wearing your gloves of ogre strength?
Yes.
Okay. Are you going to spit on him first?
Like,
Your charisma 9, I'm pretty sure that's how you do things.
No, I'm charisma 6.
Okay, so you huck a loogie. so Malia steps up. And single-handedly flips the damn thing up until it locks at the top. Donk!
wow.
Lift the dwarf and throw it back up. Run.
I just go where the lady says.
That sounds great. So running down ahead of you.
Hope they don't try and charge us for repairs.
Yeah, actually, it did seem like something snapped up there, but, that's a problem for future Malia.
If it's staying,
They don't know we
Whatever.
did it.
yet.
Running straight ahead, you can see that there are 3 ways to go. A door opens to the left, large and bay-like, with another one of those portculli. Inside, you can smell delicious food. Butter. Ice cream? There's a sign for ice cream there. What's iced cream?
How do you make creamy? Oh.
It smells wonderful inside of there. You can smell chocolates and fudges and all sorts of things that are, where you're from, impossible to get, but they always import here. You can see there's a hot chocolate beverage for sale with
sounds
marsh
lovely.
mallows. And that is off.
Gross.
That is
Why would
off
you
to the
want,
left.
Like, a mallow from the marsh.
Is it kind of like pickled?
I don't know. Like
Also fried pickles.
What is a mallow?
You can head in there if
like a
you'd
root,
like.
I think.
To the
I've
right,
eaten mallows before.
you can hear screams coming from a corridor of bricked ice. Basically where they've built large chunks of white stone and then covered it with water so that it freezes over with that same type of aesthetic. This place is actually surprisingly artificial, but that's not the point. The point is you can hear a couple of screams coming from that direction. This is not the main corridor, though. The main corridor that says, largest snowman ever, has a few arrows pointing directly in front of you. So basically, there's to the right, screaming to the right, down a corridor that has, from about 20 feet away as you are, you can see that there are 2 glyphs on the wall. One shaped like a man. Or someone in pants, anyway. And the other... someone in a kilt? But they only have 1 leg? And it's kind of strange.
They're screaming there, though.
Why?
Maybe it's a dress. I don't know.
Do they have an entrance only for people with 1 leg?
Well, I guess
Who knows? They're all crazy. They're gnomes.
And then to the left you have the snack bar with a bunch of tables that laid out.
You're a scarecrow?
I don't know. Which way do we go?
There's a
it's a
loud
scarecrow.
crashing noise from inside of the snack bar as well. And in front of you, down the main corridor, you can still hear Frydhr, Frydhr,
That's probably the way we should go,
What
but...
about the screams, though?
And what about that crash over there?
Let's fix the screams first.
I'm gonna go check the snack bar.
I'm gonna go check the snack bar, too.
That sounds great. Amy, can you grab the thin one on top, please?
Okay.
But screaming people.
I'll go check screaming people with you.
Okay, well-
Snack bar.
Snack bar did not have screaming people. It had a loud thud.
But that could lead to screaming people.
It could also be nothing.
Go enjoy.
Alright, so this is going to be the snack bar.
Okay.
Amy, can you do
This
me
way? That way?
that way. So with the door is going to be over on the right. I made dungeon tiles.
Yay!
Yay, I'm a
That's
nerd.
Nice.
Thank you. This is nothing. Wait till you see what happens next. Amy, can you please do me a favor? And
Yep.
can you set this up like...
I will attempt to.
I mean, basically you know what a festival, like food fair looks like.
Okay, so...
Bunch of little carts sort of thing.
Yep.
Basically?
Here are some tables. They're basically picnic tables.
Should we break them apart or leave them together?
Leave them
together.
as whole.
Okay.
I'm unsure how to Let's do it kind of like this way-ish.
Yeah,
All right.
that sounds good. Pick the tables on one side, carts on the other. Like make it like a concession stand, maybe.
Kind of?
Yep, basically. There's a big concession stand. This feels like a Costco to me.
That's a good idea.
I could go for a Costco.
Yeah, 'cause that gives enough movement.
Sponsored. Wish we were sponsored by Costco.
We are not sponsored.
No, we are not sponsored at all.
All right, and
So Costco, if you're watching.
Yeah.
We're not sponsored.
So
Sponsor
where?
us with
So
pizza.
where is the? Yeah, I don't want their pizza. So where?
Or
Which
poutine.
one? All right. So this is the tables, and those are the concessions. Basically, you can see that it's a wide.
sense.
There's a number of steel pipes running along in front of glass containers with large vats of food still steaming and smoking, or at least they would be. They're actually steaming and frozen, like they're trying to melt from a heat underneath. In fact, that first one there, the yellow counter, you can see that there was some type of very delicious looking stew, but it almost looks frozen in time from where it's been flash frozen.
Boo!
So go ahead and move your characters in. The door is over by Mike's water bottle.
Okay.
In fact, here's the door.
Oh, I was gonna say this here.
All right, that's the door.
Oof. And I don't know who's following through this way.
And I'll be with you all in a second.
So we're just us for now. Unless you're coming with.
Because we were running after the screaming people?
Yeah, you know what? I think we probably just did that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
We
I'm
will
gonna
be
deal
quick.
with you two, and then I'm gonna go over to you. Okay.
Okay.
So running in, you can see that people have just abandoned their food. The tables are strewn with refuse and
Waste.
and food that's been frozen over. In fact, there's a looks like a brioche bun with a large sausage in the middle with some type of like grainy mustard slathered on top of it, and a number of strange things like peppers and tomatoes on top of it. That why would anybody do that?
That's kind of good.
Yeah, kind of a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's frozen solid to the counter.
Oh.
There is ice just encasing everything.
I like the implication that I tried to pick it up.
Okay. Did you try to pick it up? Make me a
I guess so.
Make me a dex save.
No, because it's frozen to the counter.
I know,
It's
make me a
it's
dex
okay.
save.
Okay.
You have bare hands.
Yeah. I rolled a 3.
Your
let's
hand is going to
see.
stick to the ice.
4. Okay.
So you touch it, and your hand's slightly damp from the run.
Yeah.
That's usually what happens to me.
Yeah. What do you do?
Don't touch it.
Frozen.
If I look around,
I'm trying to pull my hand off.
what if there were people in here, and then whatever we're chasing did all this just recently?
No, I think
Oh, where's Farrah
possibly.
going? She's gonna go to her. You know what? She's gonna
Like,
go a different direction.
Magic-y types can do that, right?
Mess things up. Yeah.
Yeah. So what if there was going to be something going on here just recently, and that's why they're still screaming, and they ran off going that way?
Well, they're still chanting in the other room.
Make me a perception
That too.
roll, both of you.
Oh no.
So
No.
16.
11.
All right, 16, 11. Amy,
Mhm.
as as Mars is talking to you, you're going to hear that there's a trash bin in the back corner. In fact, here, have a trash bin.
Like,
And you can hear, no, back corner?
like back.
Nope.
Here.
Yeah.
Eh.
Oh no.
We're going to refer to me as North for the rest of the game, okay?
Okay. North.
I'm North. You can hear...
Stage right, stage left. Hello?
You can hear whimpering coming from the trash can.
I'm gonna try and remove my hand from the frozen hot
You will
dog
be able to after breathe.
after it melts.
Someone write down that quote. I tried to remove my hand from the frozen hot dog. You're on quote duty tonight.
I'm trying to...
So we're gonna side effect all this?
Yeah.
I'm
Basically.
gonna try to remove my hand from the frozen hot dog.
All right. Roll hot dog removal as a skill.
All right, what is this?
Just don't worry, you do it.
Just
Here.
strength.
Strength.
I rolled a 1.
All right, you will do so, but it hurts. Here, have some paper to write down quotes and stuff on. You botched your anti-hot dog roll.
I did.
So you are just going to come up. You're going to rip the hot dog off of the table, and you have a frozen hot dog in your hand.
It's not not helpful.
I mean, it might be.
I'm trying.
Is it frozen to her hands?
Yeah,
Yes!
it's stuck.
Oh.
But I got it off the counter.
Now
Is
you
there
have
anything
a...
else
icy
Now you-
snack.
now you have a bludgeoning weapon in your hand.
But my weapons are two-handed.
You will see that there is laying on the ground a child's rubber duck. Well, let's say a cloth. Actually, rubber is a little more difficult. You'll see that there is a knit duck, a blue duck on the ground.
And it's not frozen?
It is not frozen.
Okay. I'll pick up the duck.
All right, you have gained a blue duck.
It's the best item in the game!
Oh, I'm so excited.
Not a chicken, it's a duck. That's the
Close
chicken.
enough.
The chicken was very, very useful. It's a unicorn.
Alright, cool. I'll start walking over and be like, show yourself.
Are they gone? You'll hear someone say in high-pitched common. Are they gone?
Who is they?
Them! And as the voice says that, there is going to be an explosion from behind you as the orange counter, the glass shatters, and two small creatures are going to surge out. So please put these on the board. That's not what they look like, but it's what I have.
Okay, they work as small.
So you will see two hook-nosed, serrated-nosed creatures made of solid ice burst out and look at each other quickly before zooming at you. The room, one of them glares at you and speaks in a language that sounds like escaping vapor. And the room will fill with fog. Can I grab the PHP? Try snoring dog.
I've got it. I've got it.
You got it? Or are you going to peek?
So are they right in front of me now? Like in front of us?
There you go.
They are going to surge, toward
Basically?
you. So fog cloud.
They can each attack one of us if this is okay.
Actually, I see the way the critical roll does this, and I really wish we had that much room.
Yeah.
A 20-foot radius sphere of fog centers on the space between the two of you.
Great.
It spreads around corners. It lasts for the duration, and what that means is that everything in this area is heavily obscured, which means you're going to have trouble seeing anything at range. So actually,
Yeah, like where are they?
they actually are not going to move. So put them on top of the broken cabinet.
Okay.
So one of them does that, and then the other one is going to... The other one is going to actually fly to the blue table and come to the north one. Right there. Is going to fly over there and is going to exhale a breath of solid ice at you. I need both of you to make me a dexterity save.
And then roll initiative.
Yeah. That's their surprise round.
So these things are flying?
17.
Sorry, it was a
Yep, they
what
are
save?
flying.
Dexterity?
Dexterity.
Is a 17 for me.
All right. So, Winter, you're going to take 3 points of damage. And Amy, you're going to take 2 points of damage as ice, as a cone of pure cold air and icicles shoot out of its mouth. This is what they're fighting, if you want to see. All right. And I need initiative off of everyone.
17.
I'm just trying to basically pull cards out that I think I'll probably want to use.
21.
21.
I got actually got
for the
good on my initiative for once.
All right.
This so doesn't happen.
All right. Amy, you're at the top of the initiative. What do you do?
I am. I'm going to turn into a bear.
Okay, as you do.
Yep, and that's a bonus action. And then I'm going to surge forward toward the one here and try and take a swipe at it.
All right, go ahead and make me an attack roll.
Well, I guess I'll do bite and swipe.
Yeah, you might as well.
Chomp.
Chomp, chomp,
Chomp,
chomp.
chomp, chomp. Let me double check my things.
Bite.
If she manages to chomp it good, does she get brain freeze?
Possibly.
Yeah, actually, well, you know what? I'm not going to show you.
So-
You'll find out.
Oh, what happens to the hot dog when she transforms into a bear?
The hot dog transforms with her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it can or it can fall off.
Mm,
Me too.
no, it's funny.
Or it could be clung to your
Okay.
fur.
Yeah, you have a hot dog stuck to your elbow. A hot dog shaped growth appears. How's the chat?
Okay.
Nothing.
Gray is gonna be claws. Purple is bite.
All right, go ahead. Hurt me more.
Wait,
Well,
no, I
one's a
think
1.
we got 2.
All right.
So that's my. I said gray was claws.
Yep.
Yeah, that one did not hit. And then the it's plus. I just wrote this down. The hit is a 16.
That's a hit. So you surge forward, swiping out with your claws, and it ducks underneath, its wings flapping frantically in the cold air. But that was part of your plan all along, to make it fly into a place where you could sink your fangs into it. Go ahead and roll me your damage.
Okay. Damage is a D8. Okay. Oh, what was that? That was a nice. Is it 8 plus 4.
We need to a bear figurine.
I know. We'll get one.
I have an owl bear.
8 plus 4 is 12. I do 12.
12
I
sounds
chomp
fine.
it for 12.
All right. So you are going to surge forward and actually pluck its leg out of its socket and rip it off. It hits the ground and explodes into tiny flakes of ice. It's going to shriek at you.
Do I have to do a save against brain freeze?
No, you don't.
Okay.
It's going to shriek at you and be unsuccessful at recharging.
Excellent. I distracted.
And is going to claw at your face instead. Is your armor class? So that's a 9 versus AC.
My AC is
Yeah, that's not 9.
no, it's like
So
12.
it claws impotently at your face and tries to fly away. It is going to basically it's going to fly and take evasive action as much as it can, but it's careening off, of course. The other one is going to fly 1 square toward Mike and is going to unleash its cone at you because it has not done it yet.
I say is Mike.
Yeah,
Oh,
you mean-
towards Mike.
Towards Mike, the person.
Yeah.
All right, so both of you give me a dexterity save again.
I thought he was with me.
Yes.
Both of us are just
Both of you.
The cool
Okay.
kids.
All right, Winter, you're going to take 7 points of cold damage.
wee. I got
You are going to take
17.
2 points of cold damage.
Okay.
So, in your bear form, you manage to lumber out of the way, sheltering yourself against the sudden storm of cold air that erupts from its mouth. Unfortunately, a giant bear was blocking your view, and that's why you get swept up in this wave of coldness that chills you to the bone. And it's your turn. By the way, don't forget that you have Hellish Rebuke once a day as a reaction. I'm not saying use it now, but don't forget you have it.
Okay.
All right, Winter, it's your turn. What do you do?
Okay, so both of the enemies have
They have
attacked.
both attacked.
Dang. Okay. Cool. So, and were you going after the orange one first?
I was going for the one on top there, on the top of the blue.
Okay. Because I want to go and try to attack the one on top of the orange. Closest to you.
All right, so you may do so.
Okay.
So go-
And I'm doing a 2 weapon attack.
Okay. No problem. So you're using your bonus action to do a second swipe.
Yeah.
Now, here's the question about that real quick. Do you have you remember to write down the stats for your new dagger?
Yep, right here.
Okay, because they're really good
Yes, it has a +2
on attack and damage.
and damage proficiency with deception.
Yep. So you always have deception as a proficiency.
But a 1 will turn back on me, 1d4 +2.
Yep.
So in this,
It's the only thing that can botch in the game, basically.
Yeah. So the red die is going to be my rapier, and then the black one's going to be the dagger.
Okay.
Okay, so...
All right, so that's 1 critical hit.
Yeah, so the rapier is
Nice.
crit.
Cool. And you were within 5 feet. Were you of an ally? Were you using sneak attack?
Yes, there's a giant bear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why
So
not hide
you're
behind
okay
the
with that
giant
then?
bear?
Well, you should. Yeah, you can declare sneak attack once per round if you're within like 5 feet of an ally.
Yeah, it's an alley. Okay, I always remember the Pathfinder
Okay.
rules.
I know it
Yeah.
gets sticky, but
So
yeah, you
I
can use
was
sneak
the-
attack. So that means your sneak attack dice double as well. So you're at 6 right now.
And you
So
moved up
roll
to?
them again.
Yeah, she's
She
beside
moved
you.
up?
Now
Was it
you're
eight?
at.
I mean,
so
I'm
you're
big,
at
so I take
14.
up
And have you
multiple squares,
rolled
but
your
yeah,
rapier damage?
mostly.
I think it's a D8 or is a rapier D6.
D8.
Okay, so you have 2D8 to roll as well.
Nice.
That's this guy? No, that's
Nope, it's a D10. It kind of looks a little more like a diamond.
more like a diamond.
D8?
Woo.
This guy.
Yeah,
Way to start off the murdering winter.
just ask for a D8.
8.
Holy crap! So you were at.
And 4, so 12. So 12 and 14.
So was it only 14 before?
For just that one.
So it was 26 total. And then add your dexterity to the damage, which is plus
7.
4.
Oh, no, wait, no, yeah.
So holy shit.
Like 7.
So that
I was
was.
looking at the saves.
No, that's okay. So your dexterity mod is right there.
4.
So that's 30 points of damage. Okay.
Nice.
So
Way
when,
to kick us off, winter.
so
And
how
we
are
also
you?
need the one for. I don't think that one will hit.
That one did not hit. So Winter, how do you do this? Do you just rush around the bear, or like the bear is kind of ramp shaped?
Just run up the bear.
Run up the bear butt.
Nice.
All
Run
right.
up the bear
Kind
butt.
of ramp shaped.
So you kind of are. So as you lumber forward and bite into this creature, your rogue runs up your back and leaps into the air, feinting with her dagger, and then just punching the rapier down through this thing's screaming mouth that just exhaled that blast of air. She's going to slam this thing through the ground, her rapier burying itself in one of the icy tiles of the floor, and it's just going to explode. What if it dies? All right, I need both of you, however, to make me a saving throw.
God damn it. Oh, I'm okay.
Dexterity.
That's a 20.
You're fine.
14 plus 7. Math.
All right, that sounds
21.
good. So, Winter, you're both gonna take 3 points of damage as this thing explodes into icy shrapnel.
Oh, sorry.
So it's 3,
I
okay.
killed one.
So
Winter.
you killed the shit out of it. So as you come down, it's going to scream and explode into ice and steam. All right, top.
So then I just lug out the other one and be
One
like,
damage.
you too?
Oh, God.
So,
Make me an intimidation roll.
Okay. Intimidation.
What's my? Oh God. You know what?
16.
16. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Let me just roll a wisdom save. Cool. Amy, it's your turn. I don't think I get a time for a reaction yet because you're a bear. You're gonna bear me?
I'm bear.
bear.
Bear with us.
Bear.
Bury him in fur.
Barry Allen.
Okay.
And claws.
Barry
Alright.
Allen and claws. That sounds
Let's try
awful.
this again.
Well, I was
Okay.
saying bury him in fur
Oh, okay.
and claws.
Claws. Bite. Wish me luck. $14 and 8.
Do you by chance need the reclamation?
I think
gun?
I do. I think
Yeah.
I do.
Do you want to borrow some other ones?
No, I have other ones here.
Okay, because I've got a jar full.
So
over there.
yeah, 14 and 8. Did either of those hit?
14 does hit.
Okay, and that was my bite again.
I think that is the first dice we put in
In
the
the-
shaming
Yeah.
bit.
Just watch the mic.
Hold on.
We good?
Shame.
Shame.
Shame. Alright.
Shame.
So okay.
Make those
I hit
dice
with that
cry.
one. They should. Well, that's
1.
8.
8 points of damage.
Yeah.
And you're adding your strength
That's with the
with your bear strength.
yeah. Yeah, it gives me the full roll here.
All
so it's
right.
a D8 plus 4.
So, you are going, and it was a bite or a slash?
That was my bite.
Okay, well, you are going, it's going to scream as you tear its leg off, and you see the other one explode, and ice explodes in your face. You are going to lunge forward, and with your tenacious, with your gnashing tenacity, are going to
To Nash.
tenacity. That's where my brain went, and I
Yeah.
fucked up.
Tenacity.
So you're going to crunch around the side of it, and with a, you're going to just crunch it, and you can feel it pop apart. Little bits of what would be blood are like gushing ice
Icicles.
water. And I need
You ripped
you
the
and Winter to
drumstick
make
off?
me a dexterity save. You make yours with disadvantage because it's in your mouth.
Bloodsicles.
Yeah.
Nice.
Bloodsicles.
Amy at
Alright.
disadvantage.
25.
You are fine.
Okay, that was definitely an 8 that I rolled.
An 8 total.
So it was a dexterity.
Yep.
So it's a 9.
All right. Amy, you are going to take 5 points of ice damage inside of your mouth.
Brain freeze.
Ouch.
Winter, you're going to take 2. As you hear, and your mouth explodes in jagged
I
ice.
like the noise in me.
And you can hear crying and whimpering from behind you over by that trash can.
Barrett.
Don't mind the bear. You can come out now. We killed the 2 ice things.
The trash can is going to wiggle to the left and to the right, and then it's going to tip over drunkenly. And a rather young, blonde dwarven man
Oh,
is
hello.
going to crawl out. He looks, well, honestly, he looks like a short, like 20-year-old. He's got like kind of like a braided mustache, but with like only from the corners. Like this has been shaved, and he's got like a full goatee.
It's probably good just as well that Malia wasn't in there, because she heard him whimpering like that. She would have given him shit when she found out it was a dwarf.
Oh, you saw what that was, eh? There was the fuzzies in here. The fuzzies let them out. Yeah, the big fuzzies. Big bollocksy bastards. Oh god, there's one now! And he's gonna dive under a picnic basket, or picnic table.
A picnic basket?
You know what? There's a picnic basket, and he's gonna dive under that, which is under a picnic table. And so why don't we rearrange this board? So please swap that off. So what I'd like you to do, Amy, is flip it 90 degrees.
Okay. Remove us.
Yep, flip it 90 degrees. And what you're gonna do is make a wall right down the middle.
Okay.
Is the door going to be at the north?
The door, there's actually 2 doors. So there's a door midway through.
washroom.
It's 2 washrooms, actually.
Yes.
So you mean a wall midway here?
Yep,
Okay.
just bisect it.
That makes sense.
Here you go. Legos. Well, off-brand dollar store Legos. They're not just for kids. They're also for 30-year-old nerds.
Accurate.
Oh, this way, I think.
Is it? Oh yeah. This way.
Yeah.
Ugh.
All right.
I know
And
I
then-
confirmed it, and then my brain went, no, it's the other
Just
way.
make me a couple of stalls.
Okay.
Just stop stalling.
I haven't done anything yet!
That's true.
You're
That's
the one stalling.
Am I?
Yes.
Am I really?
For time.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. Okay, like here-ish, I guess. So,
Yeah.
A 5-foot square is big enough for a stall.
basically. Mm.
There are 2 doors ahead of you. The small corridor branches off to the left and to the right. Which one do you go into?
Which one's the screaming coming from?
Make me an investigation roll.
5.
20.
It is coming from the right.
The one with like the one-legged person in the kilt.
Now that you look at it, you're pretty sure it's a symbol trying to represent a woman. But
I enjoyed the other idea better.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's the Celtic pirate.
Now, is
Okay.
Farah coming with us, or did she run down?
She must have gone with the other ones.
Good.
That's nice.
all right,
Okay.
let's go in that one first. Where the screaming is.
Sinks.
Oh crap! What about?
Yeah, you want some sinks?
Yeah, let's put some
Sure.
sinks in.
Here's a basin.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm gonna use one of
That
the
might be a bit
things.
too big.
All right, here's some basins.
It is the chamber of secrets. That's good.
Cool.
This works. Sink. Sink. Sink.
Cool. And
Sink.
there you go. So you rush into that one, and you can see that there are several stalls set up. Basically, a long, wide bench made of that same. Wow. It looks like it's made of the same stone, but as you approach, you can see that it's actually wood that's been painted bright blue like the walls to stay in theme, because no one wants to sit on an icy throne. It's a long bench that spans the length of the wall with a small box built into the top corner of the room. You can see that this room and the next room actually have a gap between their ceilings and each other, where air drifts back and forth between the two. Centered atop that dividing wall, though, is a small box right in the middle, made of some dark, shining, reflective metal. As you enter, you'll hear come out of it as it ejects a perfume into the air. It smells like wintergreen in here. The stalls, it looks like there are 3 doors, each with a different shape, carved into a wooden door that separates it from the rest of the room and the water basins. 2 are wide open. And you can see just as they are hanging open that one of them is shaped like a moon, the holes that's carved in the door, the symbol. One is shaped like a clover, and the one that is tightly shut has a carving shaped like a horseshoe in it. And you can hear screaming from inside of it. Ah!
I'm going to run up and I'm going to open the door.
All right.
And I'm going to draw my sword.
Is it this guy?
Yes. You will see a young human woman, or at least the bottom half of her, being pulled into this latrine. Her legs are thrashing around wildly, and it looks like she's about to be sucked down in. What do you do? All right, make me a strength save.
Oh god, that's just.
Oh god.
Ew.
That's also disgusting. That is a 9.
That is a 9. Okay. Looking forward, you'll see Zeno clamp his hands onto this woman's thighs, and then she is sucked in, and his head and shoulders are sucked into the hole as well. He is about to be pulled in.
What? No!
Okay, come on. Actually, you know what?
You're gonna spend inspiration on this?
Give me a d20.
Here.
Don't need to fail this.
Okay. Do you want some more?
That's okay. Phew. Okay, that's 20.
I need my Faraday dice back. Or that's my American dice. So that was a 20?
Yeah.
Okay, so you will clamp down on Zeno's waist, grabbing his belt and hauling him up. This hurts like hell. And being down there, I need you to make me a Constitution save from the fumes.
Yeah, you get a peek.
That is
DC, what do you got?
18.
18, you're fine. You managed to hold your breath while you were down there. Actually, what strikes you more than the smell, it's actually not that terribly smelly down there, but it's cold. Horribly cold. And you can see that there's viscous excrement everywhere. This latrine must be 20 feet deep. This woman dangles frantically over a pile of frozen excrement and waste.
Gross. Do I still have her?
You will still have her just barely, and you will start to get pulled up by her. As Malia begins to pull you up, however, you will see what has wrapped around her frame, and it is a swirling being made of nearly frozen glacial water. It looks up at you, and in a language that... What languages do you speak? Aquan or...
Nope.
Oh.
Undercommon, Common, Elven, and Draconic.
Then in a language that sounds like freezing to death in winter.
Ooh.
And it's going to try to search for you. I need an initiative roll off of you all.
That's a 1.
That's a 1. That's great. I love
This. Can you pass me the bin, please?
one. Shame!
Shame!
Is your charisma?
All right.
Yeah.
God, dice has lasted me so well until now.
Yeah, it happens. All
I
right.
just need a timeout.
Yeah.
Accidentally.
Should I go
Okay.
pink or red?
So
Pink. I think that was pretty obvious.
Ooh, especially since it's sparkly pink.
All
Yes.
right. So, Amy,
Yep.
can you put that on the board by the toilet? And
Okay, which one is it? Is it in here?
Yeah.
Okay.
So-
Where are they?
so you are going to manage to pluck the 2 of them out of the toilet with a mighty...
So put that one in right in front of the white thing, and then
Okay,
Mike
here?
right in front of that one, and then me behind Mike.
All right. So
All right,
let's
this is
do
great.
initiative.
Mike almost got pulled into the toilet.
I heard that part.
I pulled him out. Good. It's okay.
So the girl has initiative 5. We're going to go... and what'd you get?
20.
Okay, so 20 is Christine. Mike, what'd you get?
I got a 1.
Mike.
But now I've got Julia's Walmart D20 that she found, so hopefully that'll give me good luck.
Good luck.
All right, so we are at the top of the initiative because you were not surprised by that. Christine, you're up.
Okay, so I pulled them out. Are they kind of flat?
They are basically flopped on the ground.
Okay, so they're prone. Sweet. I'm going to throw my dwarven thrower at it.
That sounds fantastic. Go ahead and make me an attack roll.
That would be 21.
21 is a hit. Roll me damage. You reel back and unleash your you unleash your dwarven thrower, which collides into its frame with a cacophonous crash.
I'm trying to count.
All right, I'm trying to narrate.
19.
19 is most definitely a hit.
No, I already hit. That's damage.
Oh, sorry.
You already said I hit.
Did I? Sorry, I was...
I hit with a 20, I think.
Oh, yeah.
You
It was
was
a nat-
21.
Or 21, yeah.
Okay. So how much damage?
19.
19. All right, so that's going to be...
I think I forgot last session, or the session before when we fought, that when I throw my dwarven thrower, I add a d8 to the damage roll.
So you will surge forward, hurling it at your enemy, and it collides with its chest, and you will hear a loud as it sends a crack up the center of its frame, but doesn't punch a hole into it. It looks at you, and even though it doesn't have facial features, you can see it gives you the most frustrated, angry look.
I wish I had fireball.
Yes, fireball would probably be helpful.
But I
And
don't get that.
Or fire arrows like I was going to get.
Oops.
all right, so I need all three of us
Mhm.
to make a saving throw.
Okay.
It's going to be a strength saving throw.
Shit. Actually, that's better than it used to be.
Yeah.
That would be 21 again.
Okay.
19.
19. All right, so the two of you are...
Can't touch this.
No.
All right, so... All right, Christine, you are going to take 5 points of cold damage, and Mike, you're going to take 4 points of cold damage.
Does that do anything different besides just straight up 5 lock?
If you have resistance to cold, I'm just going to start announcing what type of damage from now on, so that you know if you have like resistance to piercing or bludgeoning, then you'll be able to factor it in.
I actually don't know if I have any resistances. Don't think I do.
You will pick some up throughout game, trust me. All right, this thing erupts into a storm of ice and water, and you find yourself buffeted like you're in the middle of an Arctic storm. The girl on the ground is going to scream and be hurled through you and out the front door by the force of this. And you are going to be bludgeoned for that much icy
Are
damage.
they still on their feet?
Yes, they are actually fine. They took half damage and are not grappled, which
Well, I think
is...
Mike is prone. Didn't he start prone?
Oh, Mike is
He hasn't
turn.
had his turn
It
yet.
is prone. So,
Did I roll out of the way?
basically, you just got you're fine.
Okay.
You still got hurt and buffeted by it. The girl is thrown out of the combat though, and Mike, you are up, laying on the ground. This thing looming over you. As you look up at it, you can see it shaped like a man, lithe like an elf, and almost 8 feet tall, made of ice and terror.
I am going to swing at it with my sunblade.
All right, that sounds like a fantastic thing for you to do. Go ahead and roll me an attack. Are you going to get up first?
Yes.
Okay, because you can't attack from the ground. You'll have disadvantage.
I will get up first.
Okay.
So that is an 18 to hit.
That is a hit.
And that blade gives me... I do have it written down here.
I believe it's 1d8.
It is 1d8. Oh, and it's +2 to attack as well.
Yep. And then
So
you do
that's a-
radiant damage if you have it activated.
Yes, I do.
Okay, so you're using a bonus action to just call the light forth?
Yes.
All right, so you basically do a kick up to your feet and draw your blade. Light, come forth!
Yes.
And you're going to bring it down on this creature. Go ahead and roll me damage.
Alright, so may I borrow your d8?
Yes, go for it.
Thank you.
If you guys need any extra dice, let me know. I do have a set here.
So that's going to be 10.
Okay.
Do I add anything to that?
You are using dexterity because it's a finesse weapon, so you add your dexterity bonus.
Okay, so it's going to be 13.
13 total, and that's including the radiant damage as well, right?
Yes, 5 of those were radiant.
All right. So you are going to slash through its frame, and one of its arms is going to explode off of it.
Yay.
And it's going to let out this...
It's not happy. That is one chili meatball.
Yeah, he's... See, if you hadn't had to call your ally come forth, you could have done a one-liner. Cool off. Let off some steam. Chill out. You'll find that I'm the cool customer. You know, things like that. Christine, back up to the top of the initiative. Your friend surged forward and cut its arm off.
I got that quote.
Make a dex saving throw.
All right, I would prefer not to.
Would you be able to pass me a tissue, please?
Would you believe
That's the box.
a 14
Thank you.
Where's my spell save?
on page 2?
So
Learning life spells.
Yeah, I'm adding them to characters.
15, unfortunately.
Okay.
Ah, shit! Drop my cards.
All right. So what do you got for me?
1d8 radiant damage.
Oh,
So that's 3 radiant damage.
nice. That's useful. Who's real device?
It's from another game that I'm playing.
What? You traitor. Who's running that?
Grace.
Oh, you're in that one too. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Hi, Grace, if you're watching. So how much damage?
3.
3 damage.
It's radiant.
All right. So you're going to shine like a diamond into him,
Shine bright like a diamond.
and you're going to see a crack form deep through that gouge that Mike left in its left arm, and the radiant damage begins spilling out of the crack. It roars, barely capable of even staying. Shut up, bear. Barely capable of holding itself together. And once is going to surge forward and is going to Mike. It's going to punch you in the face.
Okay.
So I rolled first attack. I rolled a 10.
Miss.
And I critical the second one.
Oh, that's a hit.
All right.
Holy no shit.
Right?
And that's ridiculous.
One Punch Man, eh?
No. I rolled 2 1s on the first.
Oh, okay.
No.
So let's see. That's 8, 9, 10. That's it, really? All right, so he's going to like surge forward and rear bow and he's going to crank you in the jaw for 14 points of damage.
I mean, it's still pretty spicy.
It's well, for a critical that gave me 4d8. Like that's
substantial.
That's a pretty weak.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, 4d8. It could have been like 32 points of damage to your face.
Yeah, and that would have not been happy.
Yeah. So he cranks you in the face, and you flash back to boxing lessons as a child, and your father looking down at you as a black eye rose up and saying, "Put some ice on it." Now looking back, it feels kind of ironic, almost ironic.
Kind of like Iceronic.
Yeah, it's ironic, and it's your turn.
I am not happy about this, so
Stabby stab.
I am going to go stabby stab right in his facey face.
Yeah, it's more of a veneer, but yeah, I feel you.
Veneery.
Millie.
That is a. I'm thinking about Starfinder. What do I add to?
You add your base attack, or pardon me, your base attack bonus.
Right.
You add your proficiency bonus plus your dexterity modifier plus 2 for the sword.
Okay, so yeah, that's 19,
That's a
21.
hit. That is a hit. So roll me your damage.
All right. May I borrow your D8?
Yep, go for it.
Thank you. So that's 8, 9, 10, 11.
11 points of damage. All right, he cranks you in the jaw, and you're going to rear back and just bisect him in 2. And he is going to hit the ground and explode into 100 ice cubes that flood the floor. And then will slowly begin to melt into the brickwork.
Cool.
Yeah.
I am not going to eat one.
Okay.
Those are bathroom ice cubes.
It's true. And actually, I missed the perfect opportunity to have a yellow snow monster.
Oh, that would have been a great.
That would have been.
Yeah.
It would have been awful. That would have been awful.
I'd be truly horrified.
What do you two do? The room is cleared. This thing is no longer causing trouble.
I want to go check on the girl and make sure she's
I'm
okay.
gonna
If
turn
she...
around and leave,
Okay.
check on her, and then run off down that other corridor.
Yep.
All right, she is bludgeoned and unconscious on the floor. It looks like she was thrown clean into the dividing wall. So you walk down a small corridor, and then it split into like two. You know how these like Costco bathrooms kind of have that weird swoop.
Yeah.
She was thrown down the swoop and collided with the wall.
Ouch.
And she's cracked her head. There's a goose egg the size of your fist there. Do either of you
Does
want
she
to?
look like she's dying?
She's definitely unconscious and may die from a blood clot without medical attention.
Can I stabilize her?
Yes, you can with the spell stabilize of the cantrip.
Yeah, I'm just gonna spare the dying her.
All right, I would do that.
I will do that.
All right.
Touch. It is done. I'm
She-
pretty sure there's no roll involved for that one.
There's not. She whimpers and rolls over. Back in your area, the dwarf that you rescued whimpers, and the fog begins to dissipate. That was summoned up by those little creatures. Where's the door? I won't get out of here. And he will scramble past the bear as
Bear
quickly as
noises.
he can. Patches of ice on the floor. Ooh, actually, patches of ice on the floor. And he's going to basically like do a Hanna-Barbera cartoon run across the floor, running like Shaggy and Scooby-Doo. And as you are sparing the dying, a fit-looking dwarf will hit the floor. Well, he's actually a little chubby, but like a young blonde dwarf is going to burst out of the snack bar area and take a look at you and like just bolt down the hall away from the chanting.
I figure something along the lines of like rock muncher is like a term for coward among dwarves.
Yeah.
I'm gonna yell that after him.
Oh,
All right. He just runs.
Yeah.
you made us swear.
Rock muncher.
Yeah, it's what I could come up with on short notice, honestly.
Write it down, Rock
Makes
Muncher.
sense.
That's a thing now.
Okay.
That is a swear word now.
Yeah.
Say a dwarven insult.
Yeah.
It's a dwarven insult. That's it's canon now.
There she go. I still have my blue duck.
You still have the blue duck?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, somebody needs that blue duck.
Yeah, the blue duck's dope. If that was in a store and I was in the store, I'd buy that duck.
Would
I
you buy that duck?
like tea
Yeah.
drinkers probably also like
Amy,
An
you know
insult.
what you must do.
Against elves.
what color was it?
Blue.
We don't look for dwarves.
Mm,
If you call him a dwarf a tea drinker,
that's
that
fair.
means they're not drinking beer.
Yeah. If you can make a bunny, you can make a duck.
All right. Is
I made a
anybody
dragon.
doing anything? Are you healing yourselves? Taking any potions? Anything like that?
I'm looking into healing myself a bit.
Down the hall, you can still hear that same chant. Frydhr. Frydhr. Frydhr.
So, did you guys come out of the snack room?
Yeah.
All around, did I... Wait, didn't Farrah go with you guys?
What's your
No.
AC?
15.
Now that he
Your
points
AC
it
is
out.
now +2 on top of that.
Now that he points it out, you can.
Temporarily,
Where
I'm
is
assuming?
she?
Oh.
How long does 10 minutes last in game?
Oh, quite a while.
Okay. I am casting Shield of Faith then on Mike.
Okay, Shield of Faith will be
Just gives +2 AC to the
pretty
for the duration.
useful. I'm just looking one thing up real quick. Please pardon my candor. And
Okay, so do not add anything to this. Neat.
I posted this a while ago.
What? How much does a potion of healing cure?
2d4 plus 2.
2d4 plus 2.
guys, I just need to look one thing up, and I'm having trouble finding it. And then...
That's one of my.
Wow, that sucks.
What sucks?
He rolled 2 1s.
I rolled 2 1s.
Ouch. That's gross.
I think your dice have to go in the bin too.
That's probably a good idea, actually.
I really want to know how many dice we go through in one game.
Okay,
Let's
I
find
can't
it.
find what I'm looking for.
I know. Like when
I'm gonna use purple one another try, but
every time you get a 1, it's kind of like the equivalent to like you take a drink, but instead you just keep on putting them in there.
A drink of whatever non-alcoholic beverage YouTube allows us to keep in the thing, because Twitch don't give a shit.
Oh, cool.
Twitch is like the cool dad who's like, you know,
As
Twitch.
long as you do it in our house.
You know, Twitch is like the divorced dad who's like cool again and wears a hat sideways and is like, yo man, whenever you're in my house, I don't give a shit.
Does YouTube
Let's-
actually care?
YouTube kind of cares sometimes. Yeah, it's weird.
Oh, because Carl does it constantly.
Eh.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, he literally holds the bottle of like hard alcohol and drinks straight from it. Like,
There is also a chance, and
actually,
I
their
think it
end
depends on your rating though too.
their end screen, even after they finish talking, is him going like this with a bottle of something.
Okay.
I would also like to remind you that there is a solid chance that I don't know what I'm talking about. It happens occasionally, and shut up.
You're not all knowing.
I'm all knowing. I'm just not all expressing.
Omnipresent.
Actually, I'm all expressing. I'm not all
This is
knowing.
kind of shocking and horrifying.
Oh.
I will.
Yeah, there's a lot of like, oh no.
That's okay. I got it.
I had dice hit my foot.
Oh, did you? Yeah. That
It's
happens.
somewhere down here. Can't find it.
You know what the best part about this is? When I write stuff
oh.
down a ton of times, and then
There's something under my foot.
Is it Charlie?
I
Feels like
need
Lego.
like tabs. That's what I need.
Tabs.
Yeah, I really do need colorful tabs.
Unfortunately, I'm wearing socks, so I can't monkey toes it.
When you open the internet and there's just a smiley face in the place of the tabs icon.
Yeah, that's actually happens to my phone.
That,
Wait, I
No,
know
it's a
where
figure.
I know where this is posted.
Ah.
I did manage to monkey toes it.
Yay.
No, one day
Hi,
we should
Twitch.
actually
I'm
just,
wasting time. How's it going?
we should totally just go through like how many ones we can like throw away into the bin in one.
Yeah.
And
I
see.
think we need a really big bin.
Yeah.
In fact, you know what? Instead of a bin, we would have to have a clear glass vase there so we could see it slowly build up. That would be more entertaining.
We don't have a square jar. We have a failed dice jar.
Next time we do an extra life,
Yeah.
24
Okay.
hour, we should need to have the
So,
glass jars
Christine,
to show how many
Can I
ones.
get you to get up?
Oh.
I'm gonna set the board.
Fail jar.
I mean, I have 3 dice in here so far.
I got 2.
All right, so
Yeah, you got 2.
Okay, careful when you get up. Don't step on Charlie's paws.
don't step on the dog.
Okay, so how much can I pull off here?
So I'm just going to do this. All right, so hold on one second. So you're going to rush down the hall, moving as quickly as you can toward the sound of that chanting and another noise that I'll inform you of in a minute.
Oh no.
And hopefully
Mysterious
Farah.
sound. Strange ticking.
Woo! Pretty.
Ooh.
I guess while we're setting up, unfortunately, Twitch, we waited too long, and Charlie got bored of waiting for us. So that's why we don't have Charlie as the GM tonight.
Oops.
Because as you may have seen on our Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook, Charlie was all geared
Select
to be a
social
GM
media.
tonight.
Social media site of your
But
choice.
unfortunately, he got tired and bored, and he is now sleeping beside us. In a spot where you can't see because Mike's in the way.
That's
It's true. But, while we're setting up.
Keep those there. I'll need those in a bit.
Okay, I'm gonna set them aside.
I mean, he kind of looks like a black puddle, but you can kind of see him.
Well, it's made of dog goo.
Oh, dog goo is my favorite.
It's a
from
black
primordial
lump on a
goo.
red blanket. Like, you can kind of see him.
Primordial goo of dog. It's a puppy.
I like dogmordial goo.
The puppy pile?
Pupmordial.
Pupmordial?
Pupmordial.
Yeah, it's cute.
It's so good.
Yeah.
It's so pure.
Yeah, it's
And
just
so-
gonna steal your soul.
And so innocent.
Looking.
And just long suffering and just like.
Jesus.
Oh my
This is
god.
rough terrain.
It's so beautiful.
All right. And this took a surprising amount of work. You have no idea.
Ooh, cool.
I mean, I build and paint models, so I have a slight idea.
All right.
So,
back up
are
for a
we
sec.
pushing this back at all, or are we leaving it like this?
We're leaving it just like that.
Okay, cool. We'll just
And I'm not
on the edge
quite. I'm
of
not quite done yet. I'm not quite done.
I like the colors. I appreciate
Aw,
the
Susie
colors.
Pepper.
It's kind of like, yeah, they're good colors. Very
I
good.
like it.
Mm.
Good job. Clap, 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 clap.
Clap, 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 clap.
Clap, 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 clap.
You look like you need one of those like.
Sorry. The
clapping
only way I
things
could get the
that you
snowman to
like
stand
do
up is if I
either.
put it on a base.
Makes sense.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense, actually.
And there's monsters. And this is awful.
Cool. I don't have another Yeti, so I'm using a Barghest and an ape.
Okay.
That's
But
fine.
they're all Yeti.
They're all the same, yeah.
Okay.
And none of them are blue.
Mm. They would be better if they were.
Yeah, I know. This one's kind of blue.
And those are just pillars, I'm assuming?
Nope.
Those are also Yetis?
Nope.
We'll
Oh,
find
okay.
out shortly, I'm sure.
Sorcerers.
All right, I need Farah. Cool. Can you put her right
She's
about?
right in the middle on top of
Right.
the snowman.
Right here?
Oh.
Yeah. All right.
Would you not expect her to be right in the middle on top
Can
of
I
the
get?
snowman?
Can I get someone to? Amy, can you snap a picture down the barrel?
Nope, I can take pictures. It's just gonna
It's gonna cost us.
no.
I do really
Amazing.
appreciate your
Achieve.
snowman.
It was actually really hard because it's styrofoam, and it was hard to get the paint to actually sit in a realistic manner.
And stick to
yeah.
it.
Yes, you would not believe how much paint is on there.
Yeah. It's
It
basically
got
just
a lot
paint.
slopped onto it.
Okay, again, 3 different pictures. I hope some of them are half acceptable.
That
Kelly, you're in the
sounds.
background. Nice.
I'm like, yes, I am.
Oh my god, Christine!
What?
The face!
Uh-oh.
What?
Amy, this is an enlarged base for when you turn into a tiger or a bear.
Okay, perfect.
I totally didn't make a face.
Also, here's an
Yeah, you
owlbear
did.
mini for when you turn into a bear because it's the best I have.
That's okay. I'll be.
It's bearish.
Ooh. Who's a bear?
All right, so I would
Me, I'm
like
a bear.
everyone
Owlbear.
to roll initiative going into this.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to have the Yetis act on a single initiative,
Okay.
if that's acceptable to all of you.
I suppose.
All right, and I'm just going to ask for it as we go. So, 20 and up. Okay, what do you have?
20.
21.
23.
Okay, so...
And the Yetis all act in the same round?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And what'd you get, Amy?
18.
Okay, so Amy, you and... What's your modifier?
+1.
Okay, so Amy, you're acting after Farah, but before the Yetis.
Okay.
Nice. Fair scored, nice.
Yeah, she rolled a 15 and she has a +3.
Nice.
Nice.
I rolled 17 and I have a +6. Happy for that.
17 with a +1.
All right, so allow me to explain what happens here. You can put yourselves at the bottom there. As you're running down the hall,
We're not gonna like off balance it if it's on the edge here.
we'll tell you what.
We will find out.
Why don't you put... yeah,
There's
just,
some of this too.
No.
No, it's
we-
pretty-
yeah,
it's-
we're on the edge of the table, so
It's
we
fine.
should be okay now. Ooh, oops.
don't step
Danger.
on the dog.
Danger dog.
No, I almost... it wasn't the dog, I almost pulled the table down.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, don't do
Do
that.
the tablecloth trick. Let's not.
As you surge down the hallway, you can hear that...
Oh, I'm still a bear. Okay, now switch back.
Yeah. With the bear charging behind you. You can see down at the end
Bear.
a large room. This huge circular room that's been chiseled out of the ice. Icy walls reach 60 feet up into a pale sky. The late afternoon sun doesn't even manage to glance out from behind the thick clouds of the mountains, and wind whips flakes of snow off of every surface. In the center is the largest snowman you've ever seen. It stands at almost 25 feet. Yeah,
I've probably never seen a snowman.
you have not. There's a giant, ridiculous-looking snowman.
Thing.
That's
Snowboy.
it's about 30 feet tall.
Yeah.
And is on like a raised podium. There's places for you to get like your portrait drawn or painted.
The
There
snowman?
They're actually, you want to do me a favor, Amy? Can you just like knock this over right on some of the rocks to the left?
Here?
Just, yeah. That looks like a vendor place that's selling tunics with emblazed pictures on it that say, I survived Steep Hollow.
That's so lame.
And then there's another t-shirt, or pardon me, another tunic that says Yeti alert. And there's a really cartoonishly drawn, dumb-looking Yeti.
Uh-oh. Did they get offended?
They got so offended.
And what you... Yeah.
Really?
Yes. All right, so the Yetis are all chanting that single word over and over toward this giant snow creature. And they kneel in front of it like in prayer. In front of it, they also have set out 5 huge casks the size of a well-built man of... Those are casks of ale.
Yeah.
Those are
Heathens.
casks of ale.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm
Ah.
thinking in character.
Oh, sorry. That's fair. And as you are running in here, you will see that Farah is standing at the base of at the front of the room, looking around. And as you near, they will keep chanting, "Frydhr, Frydhr." She stands stock still with her arms at her waist. How do you know that name? The Yetis will turn at that point.
Oh,
the
no.
element of surprise lost. How do you know that name? And Mike, you are about that's about 30 something feet behind Farah. It's your round as you're running up, and as you are coming up, you're seeing light begin to focus around Farah at the front there. Like licking candle flame begins to emanate from just in silhouette. You can just see fire forming in front of her.
No, baby girl.
Yes. I'm going to go forward. That's sideways. Oh boy. Okay, here we go.
Slip and slide on the ice.
Alright, I'm going to move forward a little bit, and then I'm going to draw my bow.
All right. Are you going to take a shot?
I am going to take a shot at probably the first Yeti that I can see, which will be right in this cat's butt.
All right. So that is a praying Yeti.
Okay.
A praying Yeti. Or are there any Yetis that... Which one's turned?
They basically all have turned to look at you.
Oh, okay.
So you can rotate them if you'd like. Mike, go ahead and make me an attack.
I'm going to attack that cat's butt there, so I'm not going to turn him yet.
So,
'Cause that's a nat
that's
20.
not your
Nice.
All right.
Unfortunately, that's just a hit, so...
All right.
But
So
also, you know...
that's double damage, though.
That's double damage,
Yeah,
which is
that's
nice.
a nat 20. That's like a critical hit. That's your best thing
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah, you literally can't do any better than that.
Alright, and that's with my D10 bow,
Nice.
Nice.
with a heavy arrow
So
in that thing,
an
so...
extra D10.
By the way, this is a boss fight, so enjoy.
Okay.
Oh no.
Go us. We can do this. Fight.
So,
So
yeah,
that
I'm
would
gonna
be-
try your D10. So
Well, I think it would be
trust
2
mine.
D10, so you might as well.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It would be.
Who was carrying the healing potions?
I bought a couple recently.
I think a couple people have them.
Yeah, I've got a couple
Do you
that
have any?
I grabbed from the from
14,
Valley Hut
15,
Reward.
16, 17, 18, 19, 20 damage.
But
20
they're in
damage?
My,
Yeah.
my satchel, which
All right, so
shipped with me.
we're gonna
Do-
call that
do
Yeti
I-
number 2.
Just add dex to that?
Yeah.
Okay. So yes,
Is that-
20 damage.
Wait, is it a
Wait, in this one, does it get doubled?
No, the static numbers do not get doubled. Dice get doubled
Okay.
so to crit you roll the dice?
twice and
Yes.
add the modifier once. So you rolled, I'm assuming a 17, and then you added a 16 and added +4 dex. Okay, so you are going to fire well and true into that thing's neck, and blood, dark and with a slightly bluish tint, is going to start pumping out of his throat, the deep, deep purple ichor, and it's going to roar.
It's not happy.
It is definitely not happy. Christine, what do you do?
You want me to move you?
Yes. Let's see. 5, sorry, I have to figure this out.
Is any of this considered difficult terrain?
Haha! Well, Mike stopped right at the edge of it.
Okay.
Okay,
Cool.
so I will go right up to where Mike is. And
Oops,
then
I killed you.
cast on them.
Looking around, you can see that the ground has a particularly rough sheen. It looks like they tore a lot of the walls off as they... How did they get in here? Through the front? It's hard to tell. Bits
24 to hit.
24 is definitely a hit.
Nice.
This is with your thrower? Or...
So that is 18 radiant damage.
To which one? Same one?
Sure, whichever one's closest.
That
Probably that
is...
one.
That would be the one that
Might
I
hit
just
that,
hit, yeah.
That is number 2.
And on the next attack roll made against this target before the end of my next turn has advantage.
Okay.
Because I hit it with that much radiant damage from Guiding Bolt.
Holy shit.
It's
Nice.
46.
46?
Yeah.
So... Oh, yeah. Sorry. It's not multiple bolts, it's right? It's...
Yeah, it's just one. It's
Okay.
46 is...
I found out a rule last night that I wasn't aware of, which is when you have something that has multiple projectiles, you only roll once, but you apply it that many times. Magic Missile applies, for example, 3 times on 1d4 plus 1. You don't roll 3d4.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's only when it goes up in status when it becomes like a 2d4 and stuff.
But
like
basically, if you have like a ray attack that hits like 3 targets, or like if you say like I shoot Mike with I hit him with 3 rays, I roll once and apply it 3 times.
Oh, okay. So in that case, you times that one by 3 then.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
That's the only time. So you apply it 3 times. It's to speed combat up because that's the thing that 5e is really good at is making combats quick and fun.
Yeah.
Whereas this one is literally 4d6, so that means you roll.
So it's like a fireball, right? Like fireballs are gonna fire.
But yeah, so this is whoever does the next attack against this.
All right, and that's radiant damage.
Yes, because you get advantage because the mystical dim light glittering on the target until then.
All right, so
Yeah.
so you will follow the course of that arrow directly into his neck wound with that radiant damage, and radiant light will begin to spill out of that cleft in his flesh, and his fur will begin to just melt away in the radiant light. He collapses to the ground, barely breathing, but still clawing at the ice and angry for blood. He is on death's doorstep, and we are at winter.
I'm going
Damn, I should have
to
spell
use
on
this
him.
round to try to get
Oh, I didn't think of that.
closer to Farah.
Okay.
So just double movement.
Double movement.
Yes.
Can you make me a dexterity check?
Okay.
Index.
So tell me when to stop if she's going straight up. If
So what I need?
16.
You are totally fine. So
Okay.
the ground is icy, but you're able to find your footing and slide across.
if it's
You
double
can.
movement, it's 60 for you, I think.
Yeah. So it's 5-foot squares. So.
Oh, I will remind you, I got the spiked stuff on my shoes.
30.
Oh, okay. Then you do
So I
not
bought
count
that.
as you do not count as having difficult terrain while you're wearing those.
Okay.
Well, that's right. We did buy those.
Mm-hmm. We
I mean,
bought 2 attachments.
we did not get them attached to. I did not get them attached to my shoes.
Yeah, it was just us.
So I
that
want
had
to
them.
back up Farah.
So you behind
Yeah,
her
you weren't
next
there
year?
with
I'm
us.
behind.
Okay.
So I
Sounds
can still
good.
probably also stay with her.
Would you like to pull out your bow? I believe you had one. You had a short bow.
I
You
never
do have a
used
short
it,
bow.
though.
Yeah, you did. You used it
Yeah.
in the
Oh, did
fight
I?
with the displacer beasts.
Okay, I'll try. But that's my thing, though. I did the double movement.
Yeah, but you
Yeah.
can dash as a bonus action because of your rogue talent.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can.
If I used if I did something doubled like that took up one of those.
It normally would, but you have a special class feature that allows you to spend a bonus action, or your bonus action, to hide, dash, or disengage for free. So that is a bonus action now.
So then what were you telling me that I was doing before that I couldn't do?
So you can't do a full move and attack twice because your second attack is your bonus action.
Oh, okay.
So, but your bonus action allows you to dash. So if you'd like, you can pull out your bow and shoot.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do that. Alright, cool.
So who are you attacking? So we're starting 1, 2, 3, and 4. The one that's incredibly bloodied on the ground, if you hit him, you think you can take him out.
Okay.
And you get advantage.
And you have advantage on this attack.
I do because he hasn't attacked yet. None of them have attacked yet.
No, the
Right.
advantage is from the
Advantage is from Christine's
spell.
spell.
And I also have
he glitters with
advantage
a
on
dim
attack
mystical
rolls
light.
against any enemy in combat who hasn't gone.
Really?
Yep.
What's that from?
Oh wait, it's one of your thief things, isn't it?
Yep.
Oh.
And any hit against a creature surprised is a critical hit.
Wait, did you take Assassin?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were the...
Oh, no.
Did you take Assassin as the
Arcane
archetype?
Trickster?
Does Arcane Trickster get that? Or is it just a rogue thing?
That's what I was told to write down, so I just wrote it down.
Oh. Weird. Okay, cool.
I'll double check later.
Yeah, double check in a bit. But for
Yeah,
now,
okay.
just go ahead and... So would you
I
like
think,
would you
yeah,
like to
it's
attack the
Assassin
wounded one?
Yeah, sure.
Well, I mean, if Winter gets advantage on all of them, she might as
So-
well attack a different one and leave that advantage to Amy or Farah.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
probably a good point. Who would you like to
So-
attack then?
The one next to it at the front.
Okay, the one that actually is a Yeti?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I have 2 Yeti figurines. That's...
Alright. So if I'm going with the short bow, that's not a dexterity anymore.
Yes, it is.
It is? Oh,
Yeah.
cool. So 17 plus 4.
That is a hit.
Cool. And that short bow is a d6.
Well, you hit, and they have not acted yet, so I'm just going to double check that real quick. Okay, so that's the assassin bonus.
Oh, okay.
So you
Yeah.
have...
Arcane Trickster.
I'm surprised you didn't take Thief, to be honest. So Arcane Trickster gives you spells.
Oh, I don't know if I want spells.
So when it's not your turn, look at the difference between Thief and Assassin. You'll pick one of them and get everything beneath there as you level.
Sure. Can
So I'll
you keep the duck in there?
Yeah, the duck can go right there, and then you can look it up when you're... I'm sorry, I keep pinching your butt with the book. With the duck. All right, so that's going to be a hit. It's not going to be a critical,
No.
but it is a solid hit, so roll me damage.
So then that's d6
Plus your dexterity bonus.
Oh, 5.
That's 5. That's pretty good.
Hey, 5 is better than nothing.
All right. So as you say that, or as you launch your bolt, as you launch your arrow, it collides into the thick chest of that Yeti, who growls and snarls at you. Can you do me a favor, Amy? Can you move Farah up 3 steps forward and 1 step to the left?
Left?
Oh, sorry, my left. Yep. And then 1 more step forward. I think we'll do... And I guess 1 more forward. I think that's good.
You say one more or there?
One more forward.
1 more forward. That is a perfect cone shape.
Okay.
Nice. She is going to run forward and... Please botch. Hey, that's 1 and 1. Is going to scream and drop a...
Does that advantage apply?
She can't hit him.
Okay, you're heading this way?
Yeah, she's hitting those. However, she is not thinking right now, and I just realized something awful.
She's in range?
No, something else. All right, so the first one, she screams, and the little spark of fire at her mouth that was forming into a ball is going to erupt into full dragon flame and rip across the battlefield. The first one is going to take 12 points of damage.
Nice.
And the second one is going to take a mere 6 points of damage. So that was 12. That drops me to 20. Okay. However, I need to make 2 saving throws for those casks of ale. Let's see. A cask of ale probably has hardness of... I'll say I need a DC 12 save for them not to explode.
Okay.
Okay, so...
They both explode?
They both explode. So...
I feel like that snowman might be a no man.
You know what
Or would they just like burst into flame?
Well, that's a good point.
I mean, like,
They're
it's
not
alcohol without, like, it's not pressurized and it doesn't have a lot of air in there or anything, so...
That's fair. Okay, so then what I'd like you to do is remove the blue one from the board.
Just the one?
Just the blue one. I think that's the way the cone would hit if they're not exploding. And can you drop this flaming cube in its location
I
instead?
can do that. It was like here-ish, right?
Yeah. Beer will begin to spill out and ignites, burning the ground sharply.
Thankfully, alcohol
That
burns
hurts.
quickly.
It's true. Let's see.
The waste. The waste.
Did my...
Hey, if we finish this fight fast enough, we might
And
be able to
it
save it.
is Amy's turn.
Okay.
All right, what do you do?
Alright,
Pretty
Tia.
charged
Tia
now.
is gonna bear forward. So if she...
Sure, you can do that.
I think I did.
Did you?
Yeah.
Then that's it. If that's what you've decided to stick with.
Because I also took the disguise kit and poisoner's kit.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I had it all written in.
Sure. And you think that assassin is what you want for her in the long run over thief? Look at them both and decide, and then we can retroactively call it. Okay.
Okay.
I don't
So
feel either way. I just think it's neat.
I mean, they're both cool.
They're both cool.
They're both really cool. So, bear. If my regular movement speed is 40, if I basically just like.
You could do a charge action, I believe, and hit the one directly next to Farah.
Can I do it if it's not a straight line? Because I have to go around people?
It is. I consider that a straight line, actually, because you could do a 5 foot. Basically, you can
5 foot and then go?
Well, basically, just run to the right of. Run to your side of Mars, and you can just do a straight line into him.
Oh, this one here?
Yeah.
Oh!
That's basically a straight line.
Yeah.
Like, you're off by like 5 feet, but you're a large creature.
Yeah. How does charge work?
You will.
Okay, making an attack. Here we go.
Yep.
Found a thing.
Charge. Oh, that's where the obscured areas chart is.
Because I don't have a charge is not one of my special attacks on this one,
No, but
but it is something I can do.
it's something
for
that
sure.
bears can charge. I can guarantee that.
Yes.
Yes.
I've seen footage.
But I think I only get one. Probably will only get one of my attacks in that case.
Yep, you will only get one, but you'll be able to reach.
Okay. I'll just assume. It's okay.
And I believe you get advantage on the attack, but anybody attacking you gets advantage that round as well, because you're basically doing a breakneck charge.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, does that also cause damage?
Well, if I
Charging at
charge-
somebody?
No, I don't believe so, but you can look it up.
I do not have the PHB.
Yeah.
Amy,
Just
hand me the
move all the things. Oh, I'm just gonna assume it's okay to like hit here.
Keep that one. Keep reading.
Okay. Yeah, because I just had it.
We have 2 PHBs.
Yeah, we do. One
I
in
want
life.
4
They're
PHBs.
so useful.
I am going to be buying a
So
PHB
useful.
soon.
Okay. Well, good.
PhD and D.
Yeah. Okay, let's spell casting. That's.
Because, I mean, I would have assumed that if you're charging something that you'd be able to damage it too.
Yeah.
Well, she gets an attack at the end of it.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Alright, so...
I mean, there's dash action.
Here, hand me that.
Yeah.
I've seen someone do a charge action at 5e. It might have been
I
a
mean,
house.
I've done a charge with my wolf, like my pounce attack, but that one had its own special thing where I would, if they failed a save, that I would get an additional attack on them. So I don't know if charge itself is a thing.
This is one of those problems of running multiple systems. They
Yeah.
all get jumbled in your head. I'm going to check something that World of Darkness games never have.
The index!
Index!
Haha!
That's so crazy that the Darkness games don't have an index.
It's so stupid. So yeah, charge is not a thing. I'm a liar. Ha 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 ha
There's
ha.
dash.
There is dash.
Yeah.
And so dash, basically it's, you gain an extra, move up to 60 feet.
I just think it's kind of silly if you can't just tackle something, charge barrel into it and tackle as a bear.
Well, you can. You
a
can
bear.
use, you can make an attack and you can shove a creature. Using the attack action, you can make a special melee attack to shove a creature, either to knock it prone or push it away from you. If you're able to make multiple attacks, you can choose which one of them this is. The target must be no larger than one size larger than you, and you make a strength, or instead of making an attack roll, you make an athletics check contested by their athletics check or acrobatics check. The target chooses what they use to dodge. If you win, you either knock them prone or push it 5 feet away from you. Your call.
Okay.
Knock it prone.
I guess that's what I'll try and do.
You're
I'll
going
try
to
and
push
knock
it?
it down. Yeah.
Okay.
So can I have dashed and done that, or does that not let me do that because it's a secondary?
So the way that dashing works, when you take an action in return, you can take one of the actions here. So you would do that instead of attacking.
Yeah, but it just
So you can't do both, unfortunately.
doesn't make sense. Just kind of like, it's a bear. If a bear's barreling towards you,
It's because the
I
bear...
know rules. I understand the rules.
The reason is that
But
the
it's a
bear
bear.
has to spend all of its action moving to get to you and doesn't have time to take a swipe.
It's not swiping though. If it's just barreling into it and knocking it, you know?
Okay.
I'm not actually I'm not
If
arguing.
you want, I'll let you try with disadvantage.
I'm not actually arguing it. I'm just complaining.
No.
It
That's
just
fair.
doesn't make sense.
Do you want to try with disadvantage?
No, I'll just stick with the rules. So I'll essentially go up to, I guess, here and then just kind of growl
Okay.
and be bear
All right.
and hope it doesn't kill me.
So, Yeti number 1 is going to look over at Farah and is... Wow. That's Okay, cool. That fails. It glowers and the air cools around it. The one right in front of you, Amy, is going to snarl and is going to... okay. It's going to... Actually, the one next to Farah that's very wounded, move it ahead 5 feet.
Okay.
And it's going to take 2 swipes at her. One is a hit, one is a fail. Holy crap, these things are tough. Cool, and she is going to take 10 points of damage as it claws her down the side. The one in front of you, Amy, is... I need you to make me a Constitution save. And I have 2 hits on you. Against AC 25.
15 on Constitution.
You are fine. It glowers at you, and it feels like your soul begins to just... freeze over for a second. The air out of your mouth starts to come in steam for a moment, but you manage to buckle down. However, it swirls up against you, slamming into you with 2 vicious claw swipes. You are going to take 21 points of damage.
That's all the damage I take?
That is all the damage you took. I got a crit.
Gross.
Oh, I'm sorry. Plus 6 points of cold damage.
Ouch.
So even though I got the Constitution save, it was
Yeah.
it was halved or something?
These things are tough.
Ew. Okay, 31.
No, because allow me to rephrase. So the Yeti surges forward as you approach it. You roar at it, and it roars back and glares at you with its icy glare, and then rakes you across the chest twice with these claws that are frozen with bits of ice on the tip of them. You can feel it work its way into your veins and freeze underneath your fur. So that was a total of 27, I believe. All right, the next one is going to... Oh, wait. I'm sorry. I'm an idiot. One moment, Amy. Please do me the favor of taking back... I'm going to reroll my damage completely because I forgot something really freaking basic.
Okay.
So you are going to take instead 5 points of regular damage and 3 points of cold damage instead because I was lit on fire. These things, their fur ignites in flame, and as you roar at it, this one, its eyes as white and pale as you've ever seen a pair of eyes are just expanded in fear. The pupils are dots. It shrieks and swipes at you. The one behind it shrieks and tries to put itself out, and is going to try to move next to you.
This one?
Yes. So it's going to run up beside you. Yeah.
Sounds on fire.
They both have been lit by Farah's dragon breath.
And what effect does that have on them? That cause them to go...
You don't know. They're freaked out by fire from the looks of it. They're shrieking and clapping them.
Well, I mean, I guess they are Yetis.
They're Yetis.
Fire would not be good.
All right, Amy. That is 1 hit.
Come at me, bro.
And does a 15 hit you? Oh, sorry. Does a 14 hit you?
Yes, everything above my AC right now is 12.
All right. So.
And just confirming the last one I got 5 and 3, so 8 total.
Yes.
Okay.
So once again, you're going to take 5 and 3 and 9 and 2.
Okay.
So that is a total of 14 points of slashing damage, and you are going to take 5 points of cold damage as this one next to you surges forward and claws you on the side.
So it was, sorry, how much slashing?
14?
14.
14 and 5.
Ugh. Gross.
Does that drop you out of bear form?
Nope, not yet.
Oh, wow.
Close, but no.
And I need you to make me one... Ooh. Actually, Winter, I can see you from this angle. I need you to make me a Constitution save.
Constitution save.
Yes,
no comments
please.
yet? Nope. That's
7.
sad.
Okay. All right. So, I'm sorry, Winter. You're gonna have a minute to look at your stuff still, I think. The Yeti slashes the bear, looks up at you, and you're within 30 feet. And it locks eyes with you. As it does, you are going to take...
Damn, just.
You are going to take 14 points of cold damage. And you are going to be paralyzed. Unless you are immune to cold damage.
No.
At the end of every one of your turns, you will repeat the saving throw until you succeed or until the minute passes. While paralyzed, you are incapable of moving or speaking. You automatically fail strength and dex throws, and attacks against you have advantage. Any attack that hits you is a critical hit if the attacker is within 5 feet.
Okay.
So that'll last till the end of turn, so you have a little more time to look something up.
And can I borrow in the PHPs? Go.
All right, and then that one there, the big Yeti there, is going to do a full move, or is
That one
going
on that side?
Yeah, move that one up to flank Farah.
So up to here?
Yeah. And
Merp.
that is 3. And that is a miss and a hit. Okay, and then she's going to take an additional 11 points of damage.
We die.
She has 30, I believe 36 hit points. I need to pull her sheet up in a sec. All right. So that Yeti jumps next to her and starts slashing into her, spilling her blood onto the ground. This is the first time you've really gotten a good look at her blood. And when it hits the ground, it has kind of a reddish shine to it, but with gold flecks in it.
Neat.
Yeah.
I'm probably not paying attention right now.
Probably not. It's probably a bad idea. Back at the top of the initiative, Mike, what do you do?
I'm going to make an attack against the super wounded one.
All right, go ahead.
And I'm going to Hunter's Mark and Hail of Thorns him.
So has that one been attacked recently? So does it still have the
This
advantage
one
against
here
it?
still has the advantage that she gave to it. So I'm going after him.
Good.
And I needed that because that first one was a 3. And the second one was...
Better.
The second one was a 15.
A 15 is a hit.
Yes! Alright, so let's figure out what I'm doing here. I'm doing a D10. I am doing a D6. Kelly, can you please make me a dex saving throw for Yetis 1 and 2?
Okay, Yeti 1 rolled a natural 1 and failed. Yeti 2 succeeded.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure, anyway.
Alright. So... I will roll my bow first, and then I'll do Hail of Thorns for each individual one.
That sounds good. All right, so number 1 is going to take full damage from you.
Okay, so from the bow, it's going to take... The wounded one's going to take 5 damage from the bow.
All right, your bow is going... You're going to slam into it with your bow, and with one bolt through the side of its head, it's going to fall to the ground dead.
Okay.
Quivering, and it voids itself onto the ice.
Alright, so now Hail of Thorns for the Yeti 1 gets some 8 points of damage.
8 points of damage on... Which one is that?
That's a Yeti number 1
Number
here.
1, all right. And that's going to puncture into his side, dripping that dark blood onto the ice, and he's going to snarl. All right. Now we are next in the initiative. We are going to Christine. What are we doing?
Go on, help me take out that guy.
I'm going to move up to just 2 over from Winter and 1 forward. 1 back.
Oh, yeah, we
That's
use
my
one
range.
more. There you go.
And I will fling my Dwarven Thrower at the closest one.
All right.
So the big white one is right in front of me.
Big white one?
He
The
would have been
actual
the one,
Yeti?
number 1, I think.
So.
Oh shit.
Oh,
What'd you roll?
Nat 1.
I mean, that's just a fail. It's not a botch.
I'm glad that's...
That's a thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's super true.
All right, so you're going to hurl your thrower, and it's going to dodge out of the way. Having already had one ranged weapon impact at this turn, it's wiser and pivots out of the way. Winter, you can do nothing except for make that saving throw.
7 and 3, 10.
Did you have your inspiration? It kind of blends into the table, because you could have used that.
Oh, I can use that for those kinds?
Yeah, you can.
Mhm.
Would you like to have done that? Since you obviously couldn't see that you still had it because it blends into the table.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Be nice to your players, especially when they've had a bad day.
I thought that was for like
Nope,
other
any
summons.
D20 roll.
Is it
Well-
a 1?
Well, I mean, obviously.
That's like an 18.
Hey, you'll be able to move next round.
Yay!
All right.
Yeah.
Farrah,
The chicken rolled in that
the
20.
chicken rolled an out 20 to crit
Crit
you from behind.
against Winter.
This is going well.
That's going in the quote file.
Alright, and
So, do we need to like get a new
Oh.
NPC going with us?
my bad. So
Is
at
it chicken?
that,
Yeah.
can you
Nat
tip
20s?
Farrah?
What?
Can you tip Farrah over? She is down.
Hurrah!
I thought she had more hit points than she did because I don't have a printed copy of her sheet in front of me.
No, Farrah.
No!
Shit.
Farrah, no.
All right. So that's Farrah's turn is to go unconscious. Bear, what do you do?
That's not a nice turn.
Okay, I have a bonus. As a bonus action, I can use. I can heal myself, and then I'm going to try and wreck their faces.
All right, that sounds
so
great.
if I use a second level spell slot, I can use 2d8 to try and heal myself.
Are we sucking tonight?
Yeah.
Oh god.
Dude, we suck
I healed
sometimes.
3 points.
I hate it when that happens.
3 points?
Yeah, so
Okay.
I'm at 7 hit points now. As
We need a bard.
You right?
Can I be a baird?
You have disadvantage on your rolls.
Can I be a
I'm gonna start
bear?
pulling some Matt Mercer stuff here. All right. You have disadvantage from puns.
Oh, do we need a pun jar
Punch.
Yeah.
for punishment?
You have triple disadvantage on this roll. That means that every time you roll, Winter punches you in the mouth. Winter, enjoy this. Rings are optional.
Please don't. So we're all gonna die. I'm
That's
just gonna
fine.
say that right now.
For Valhalla.
Party
Shining
wipe,
chrome.
party wipe.
Party wipe.
So I'm gonna try and tooth and claw and like everything. The one, which one?
Okay.
I guess the one right in front of me.
Remember, you can split your attacks up. They don't
I'm
have.
gonna go for the one.
You're gonna go for just the one.
Just the one.
May as well work them
Dice,
down
come on,
one by
dice, come
one.
on, dice.
Wait. Were you using your inspiration?
Yes.
Yes. Am I still? Do I cancel out my disadvantage? Or are you not actually gonna give me disadvantage
Why would you have disadvantage?
because of puns?
I was kidding about that.
I have to make sure.
Okay, so I would re-roll that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be the good one. I like how many dice you've gone. Give me this back. Here,
So that's
Where did mine
a.
go?
you threw it across the table.
I
You
did.
threw
I
it.
chucked it.
Oh, it's in the bin.
Oh, she is a bit.
Do you need other dice?
That's a pretty
Here,
one.
please.
Oh, I like the blood ones.
Yeah.
Put this one in the bin as well. It just
You got
failed me.
Like this one?
Yeah, those
So.
There you go.
That's an 18
That's a
and
hit.
a 15.
That's 2 hits. Roll me damage.
I think 16. Wait, no. Let me recount that. That's a 13. Okay.
That is a hit.
Okay, cool.
These things don't have very much AC. They just have a lot of hit points.
So, let me see. So, the thing you were saying about the, like, rolling once and adding twice, does that also count for, like, melee attacks that say...
No.
okay,
it's
just
not.
for... Okay.
It's
Cool.
only for spells with like multiple hits.
Okay.
Basically, it's a magic missile or like a ray spell thing.
Yeah.
Where it splits into 3, but you only roll 1 die.
Okay. So, here's my... That means that both my bite and my claws
Yep.
hit. So, that's a...
Don't forget to add your strength separately on both.
So, bite is 9,
All right.
and claws are 10.
All right. And this is, which one is this? The actual
The
Yeti
one
figure?
right in front of me.
All right. So that was
Stay
Yeti
right
number
here.
3.
Mhm.
You are going to...
So, I guess that's 19 total.
rearing up next to your downed... You are going to slam your claws into this thing's shoulder and bite it in the throat, ripping its larynx out. It pumps hot, no, cold, salty, irony blood into your mouth and collapses beneath your weight. Do you want to swap the ape out for that one so we have 2 Yetis on the board?
Oh, this one.
Yeah, just because it looks cooler. Yeah.
Pink.
All right, tips him over on the board, and now we are at Yeti turn. All right, Yeti number 1
Gonna wreck me.
is actually going to rush forward and attack Christine.
Okay, nice. I mean, not nice. I mean, please don't hit.
So Christine,
Yes.
I do not have disadvantage because I have not been lit on fire this round. So I have I have 16 and a 25.
Okay, the 25 hits.
All right, I need you to make me a Constitution save.
Con, you said?
I did.
19.
All right, you are fine. With the exception of the 8 points of slashing damage as it opens a rent in your stomach, and the following 2 points of cold damage that you take as well as a chill begins to rush through you. However, as it locks its gaze with you, looking you eye to eye with those cold, glowing eyes, you fight off the chill that seeps into your bones.
Make a dex save.
No, I don't want to. I got a 10. No, I got a 9. Sorry,
Nope.
I lied. Okay, 9 is not good enough.
Nope. So that is...
This is Thunderous Rebuke.
No, this is Wrath of the Storm.
Oh yeah, that's what it's called.
So that is 12 lightning damage.
All right, so a bolt of lightning comes through the cloudy sky and juts down into this thing. It coughs blood into your face, burnt, suddenly hot. And then the other one is going to roar and hit you twice, Amy.
Yep.
Can you make me...
Is it still on fire?
Has it been put out yet?
It is not still on fire, no. Until the end of its next turn. And that is... It has acted its next turn. Amy, you succeeded a roll against the chill gaze, right? Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
So once you do, you're immune.
Okay, cool. That's excellent.
All right, 17 and 23.
To hit?
Yeah.
Those both hit.
All right. The first one is going to do 8 points of slashing damage, 4 points of ice damage. The second one is going to do 5 points of slashing damage, 5 points of cold damage.
Okay, what were the first two?
It was 8 and 3.
I think so.
Okay, so
It's a total of 21, I think.
so that is 5. So 13 piercing, or pardon me, 13 slashing, 8 cold.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure that all just hits. So,
How many hit points do you still have?
I was at 7 in bear form.
Okay, so
So that
this is
means
going
I'm
to
gonna
rip
take-
you out of bear form.
Yeah, and I'm gonna have take 14 points on top of that.
God, we need to get you like a white erase board for your hit points.
Basically.
All right, so that's going to be my rounds. Back up to Mike. You'll see one of the Yetis downed by your bear. The other one roars in defiance and slashes twice into your friend's throat. And for a second there, it looks like it peels the bear off of your half-orc friend.
That's fire.
Hits her so hard that she falls backwards and shifts back down into her orcish form.
When you get punched so hard that your bear
Swap your
stops going.
Yep.
I am going to go after this guy again.
Go ahead and make me an attack.
That's gonna be not a hit probably. What do I add to these ones again?
This
This is range attack. So that was going to be an 8.
8 is a miss.
8 is a miss.
I'm sorry about that. Christine, you're up. There's one right in front of you.
Can I take a 5-foot step back and not provoke?
Yes, you can. Attacking with a thrown weapon within this range, I believe, gives you disadvantage.
Yes.
Does it?
Nope. No.
Is that only bows?
Was it ranged?
Because I still have to throw it.
Because it's the normal. No, it's if it's beyond normal range.
No, I believe that.
Because we were talking about this before. I'm trying to figure it out.
Look it up.
Yep, double checking.
Because I'm not so close that I can melee attack now.
Yeah, you're 5.
Oh, you're right. You're
'Cause I took
10
a step
feet
back
away.
to do it.
Yeah, so that'll.
Yeah,
let's say that's fine.
Okay.
So go ahead and make me an attack roll.
Pretty sure.
I can figure out which one it Ooh, names.
It's her full name.
Nice.
That would be 20.
That's a hit.
Something.
That is definitely a hit.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's if your target is beyond normal range, then...
But there's nothing about point blank range in
No.
bows? I thought there
17 damage.
17
Oh,
damage?
if they're within 5 feet, it's difficult.
That's okay.
You have disadvantage.
I thought that she was.
No,
so,
okay.
and then sure not. All right, so you're going to, that's Yeti number 1. You're going to slam your hammer into its torso, and it's going to sag forward, its knuckles dragging on the ground as it braces its hand against one of its knees to try to stay up. It's still in the fight.
But kind of folded over the
basically,
hammer as it threw it into its stomach.
It looks up at you, its glassy white eyes punch drunk. It looks like it wants a way out of here, but it's too feral, too angry. Winter, you snap back. Mars is back to her senses, and there is a lumbering brute right in front of her. Are you just going to stab it?
Yeah.
All right, so you can take a 5-foot step and attack with both, if you choose.
So where is she?
She's right there, so she can do a 5-foot step, and because it's a large creature, she can reach it.
Okay.
So you can make a double attack if you'd like. And you are not within 5 feet of...
Yeah,
Anyone.
almost.
Although, wouldn't you have been able to move to this square here?
If you wanted to.
I think it has to do with the ally being 5 feet from the enemy.
Oh, okay.
If you're within 5 feet of an allied character, you gain advantage, or you can do a sneak attack.
Oh,
Is
okay.
it the allied character? The allied character has to be within 5 feet of the enemy you're attacking.
That's that one. The
Yeah,
allied
okay,
character has
that's
to...
what I
Basically, you're doing a flanking game.
Yeah, because the way you say it sounds like you have to be 5 feet right next to your
Yeah.
ally.
I'm a little
That has
out
to
of
be
it
a
today,
flanking.
so...
Charlie, what are you
Charlie.
doing?
Hi.
Charlie, if you unplug the mic, I'll kill you.
Well,
I won't kill you. You have too many hit points.
Rapier will hit, the other one won't.
And he has this thing called adorable gaze.
Adorable.
He does have adorable
It
gaze.
freezes all like negative intent.
Every roll with adorable gaze is a nat
HP
20.
stands for hound points.
That,
That was Charlie's ears.
Hi, dog. Oh, no.
Right here.
Is it Darth
Take a
Sid?
11 damage.
Darth Dog?
Oh god, there's half of him
Dog
here,
is-
half of him here.
Yeah, he's a long boy.
Darth Dog is...
How much did you do?
11.
All right, so Winter, I want you to tell me this is your rapier? What do you do with it? How does it die?
How do you
So
rank
what's
it?
I'm gonna
what
hold
was it looking
It
like?
sags down. It's basically grabbing its knee. Its knuckles of its right hand are dragging along the ground. It's trying to shake its head off from the damage it took from the dwarven thrower that hit it in the upper chest. You can hear a raspy breath. One of its lungs is collapsed in on itself, and bubbling blood is on its thick blue lips. Its head is sagged toward you.
It'll just go right through the mouth, up through the brain.
It punches through the back of the head, and with a quick flourish, you manage to remove your blade. And do you take the time to do the wrist flick?
Yep.
A dash of bluish purple blood splashes across
Oh, he's laid down.
the icy floor. Now we are at Farah's turn. Death save.
Please don't die.
Did you pass?
No, I don't have to tell you.
No.
That's
Amy,
fair.
you're up. You have
Yeah.
you have one of them right in front of you.
Yeah, as a bonus action, I'm going to turn back into a bear.
All right.
Swap these back.
How many
out
times
again.
can you do that?
Twice.
Well, that's good.
Hopefully
All
I
right,
don't need it later.
So I want you to picture this. So the druid gets hit so hard, she shapeshifts out of bear. It goes, whoa. It goes immediately back into bear form. You're not
Bear.
dazed or anything if that happens?
No. Don't
That's
think so.
ridiculous. All right,
I'll
make
double check, but I don't think so.
me an attack.
But I will double check that in a moment once I have
I think it's more important that you attack right now.
Yes, but I'm going to pull this up so I can look at it.
So now we're down to 1.
We are down to
Yeah.
Down
one.
to 1.
I'm going to try and wreck this one again.
Try it.
Again.
Do it up.
Okay. Claws. Bite. That's a 9.
That is a miss.
Wait, no. That's an 11. I lied. And
Uh,
a 16.
An 11 is a miss. A 16 is a hit.
So claws will hit.
Claws will hit.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
End it.
2d6. Okay.
I don't think she can with...
Come close to ending it.
This
You
one
did
has been
not
hurt
just do this.
very little so
That's
far.
true.
That's not fair.
No, that sucks.
What sucks?
Rolling a 2 and a 1.
All right, 3 points of damage.
No, it's a +4, so it's going to be 7.
7 points of damage?
Yeah.
Alright, so you lumber forward and slash it across the mouth, ripping its cheek away from its jaw. Its tongue lolls out of the now opened wound on its face, and it and sprays you with blood. Mike, you're up.
I am going to try and hit it with my bow.
Alright, you might want to take a 5-foot step to the right just to give yourself a clear shot. I'd say the other way, probably. Yeah, that's fine. Go ahead and make me an attack roll.
Doesn't look like anything else happens.
Oh, that's neat. Druids are broke.
I can only do it twice.
That is a 13.
That is a hit.
Yay!
I know, you were tensed up. I saw it.
Like,
Clenching your butt.
pretty much.
Which one did you decide on?
Oh man, that sucks.
That's fair.
That's 4, 5, 6, 7.
7 points of damage. All right, so you're going to punch into its frame again, dealing more damage. Christine, what do you do?
I run to Farah and touch her.
All right, that sounds Actually, you're going to be able to do that? Cool.
Spare the dying.
Can I show you something real quick?
Yeah.
Were you looking? Did you see it?
No, I wasn't looking, but
So I was
like,
on my second of 3 failed death saves. And I would have rolled an 8 and died on my turn.
But I was basically kind of going like, I wanted to get to her, but I had a Yeti in the way.
That's fair. All right, so you're going to run up, lay your hands, and her shimmering blood is going to stop pumping out of the deep wound on the side of her scaled throat. And you saved her life. Good for you.
Oh, Jesus.
Winter, you are up.
I am
Oh,
up.
she's not up. She's not up.
No.
No, she got spared the dying. She didn't
So
get
she's
healed.
she's basically no longer taking death saves.
Yeah. So she's not doing well.
She's
but-
at
Winter,
0.
you are up. What do you do?
I can flank a friend, right?
Mhm.
Not with a ranged attack.
Oh, boo. No,
I
but
know.
I mean, like, if I work around it, or am I too...
If you use your dash action, you will be able to engage. Oh, actually,
She'd have to climb on top of the cart.
Oh.
Or
Boo.
go around somehow.
if you make me an acrobatics check to jump the cart,
I mean, that's something.
well, I'll tell you what,
should
you
be
can make
good
me an acrobatics check to tumble over it or an athletics check to jump it. Your acrobatics is at a +6.
Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah, I think I'll give that a try.
at. Do the flippy flip.
Oh, you did not flippy flip.
All right.
You
So,
caught your foot on it.
Winter, what I'm going to say in this case is that we're going to have fun with this. So you are going to run up and you're going to try to, like, your intention was to run forward, vault the concession stand, basically do a flip and land.
With the ice.
But with the ice, you jump too soon and your foot caught. You can still try to make an attack with disadvantage.
Okay. So is she like up here?
Yeah, basically, she's gonna fall on her ass no matter what. But she's basically doing a oh shit swipe at its face. So you're making this with disadvantage.
Yeah.
So roll both of these together.
No.
All right. I mean, you tried, and that's what's important.
This has to go in there. Goodbye.
Uh, that was another dice being thrown into the reclamation bin. All right, so please put Winter prone.
The bin.
Put Mars prone. Winter's already prone.
Shame.
Shame.
I tried, okay?
You tried. No, it was great. I just want you to picture this. You're what? Ah, shit!
Especially like that badass moment she had to go in.
One time,
This is why you're level 4 characters, not level 5
last
characters.
time I played a rogue assassin, I tried to do something similar, and I ended up like landing on top of an enemy when we were trying to be stealthy.
Amy, it's your turn.
It was bad.
At least I'm a distraction, maybe.
That's true. You know what, Amy? I will give you advantage on your claw attack because the Yeti kind of looks over, is like,
What just happened?
what?
Bruh.
You're welcome.
Thanks. So I have advantage on. So I guess I'll roll
Scooby-Doo.
bite first.
Okay.
And then I'll do the advantage on the claw.
Yeah.
Or whichever one. I don't know.
Taking advantage from your
Um,
That's a
misfortune.
miss, probably.
Bite misses?
All right, advantage on. That's a hit.
That's a hit.
Roll to see if it's a critical.
Yeah, Charlie, do it. Crit.
Yeah, that was just a hit. In
All right,
general.
roll me damage.
Okay, so it's my claws, I said, that got the...
It is.
Come here, stiff boy.
Okay, 2d6 plus 4.
No, don't have him jump up.
Oh, okay.
There's not much room.
Is it
I'm just gonna have him like stand up.
6 damage. I rolled 2 ones.
6 damage?
Can I?
Wow. This thing's going to be so full by the end of the night. So,
I missed.
Dice or roll ones
I
now.
missed.
Any
Alright.
dice that rolls a 1 goes in here.
At this
so,
Oh, and you rolled a 1 to get it in here.
point. Yeah,
so
basically.
Amy, you're out of my range. Okay, so
But I did 6 damage.
you did 6 damage.
Oh. I was also distracted. Clearly.
So Amy,
Yeah.
this one is actually going to turn.
Mhm.
Ooh, you know what? No, it's not. It's going to make an attack against Mars because she's prone.
And I totally just missed, so.
Yep, so
Well, not really, but-
Mars, that is a 16. Does that hit you?
Yeah.
Yep.
Just barely? Okay. And then Amy, I'm going to spend my other action attacking you for a 10.
If it's not a 12, then it does not hit me.
Okay, Winter, you're going to take 10 points of slashing damage and 4 points of ice damage.
Night, guys.
Okay,
Are you out?
see, yep.
Okay. So you land and this
Nice.
Yeti looms over you and the last thing you'll see is the claw swipe coming down at your face.
Oh,
If she's at negative,
There are no negatives.
negatives?
There are no negatives in
Awesome.
Fifth Ed.
But I had to start doing death saving throws.
As of this round, yeah. Now we're at the top of the initiative with... Actually, you know what? At this point, it's slashed, and it thinks it killed you. It's going to turn, and it's going to do a full move to the base of the snowman. You can make an attack of opportunity.
wait, is it, if we're on a new round, I thought you said, top of the round?
I didn't take its movement into account.
Oh, so
'Cause
it's moving at the end of its turn.
It's moving at the end of the turn, so you get an attack of opportunity
So
with
it's
your claws.
turning and heading this way?
Yep, it's going to the base of the statue.
Ooh.
But make your attack of opportunity first.
Because I might wreck it.
You might wreck it.
So I guess I just pick one of my
You
things.
pick one, whichever's your favorite.
I'm gonna go at it with claws.
What is that?
It's a 25 to hit.
25 is a definite hit.
And that's on claws.
All right, go ahead and roll me damage. And if you roll
don't
well,
be stupid.
Don't crit. Don't crit.
Say 14.
14, you're going to sink your claws into its back, and with a mighty swipe, you are going to hear the sound. It almost sounds like bubble wrap. The tuk 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 as
Can I sever
you.
its spine?
Don't get ahead of me. You peel its spine away from its rib cage with a sickening staccato.
I was hoping that's what you were gonna say.
It takes another
Ew.
step forward before you watch its leg buckle underneath of it. It almost looks like a dying fish.
It's a weird fish.
It gasps, gurgles. And that is the end of this combat.
Neato. Neato.
They reposted on their own channel and told them to go watch it.
Aw, thank you. I hope they're watching right now.
Yeah.
Yay. All right, so what is happening right now?
I'm snoozing.
Yeah,
this
you're...
point-
can you make me a death save?
Oh, yeah.
Use my dice.
Death. What do I add? Death?
You roll nothing. You roll, and if it's an 11 or above, it's a success.
16.
Okay, so basically you mark the successes column, unless Malia comes over and uses spare the dying or heals you.
She's like, meh.
Oh, is
Malia has a deep rent across the front of her chest.
Oh,
She's-
I'm Mars.
Or sorry, you're Mars. Fucking
Malia's
bad names.
okay.
Malia's great. Malia's got a few
She's-
points of damage.
She's dandy.
I'm gonna drop out of wild shape,
Sounds good.
so I'm back to me. I'm a little rough around the
Okay.
edges, but not too bad.
You don't look too bad.
I'm at 24 out of 40, so I'm just above half.
Both Farah and Mars are quite injured, though.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna check my spells.
Night, night.
No, it's not nap time yet.
Well, I took out a really like puny little imp thing.
You did. That was cool.
So
All right, so go ahead and swap yourself back to your base figure, Amy.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Prayer of Healing.
Okay, how much does that heal?
2d8 for all of us, honestly.
Okay.
So that was
So roll 2d8, or I can roll it. Don't let me roll it. So,
I did just roll. I'm trying to count it.
sorry. Keep touching your butt. You like it.
Yeah.
What's the nice butt?
So it's 14 points.
14 points total? Oh, that's
Yeah.
beautiful. So you're going to be up at 14?
Oh, plus my spellcasting mod. So actually that would be 19. Because my spellcasting mod is 5.
Oh, your wisdom's plus 5?
Yeah.
Damn.
Well, we just had our ability mod raise.
Oh,
And
that's
I
fair.
did wisdom.
Yay, I'm back to full.
Because that's my spellcasting
All right,
mod.
so you will wake from the ground.
Yeah, I'm back to
So
full
we're
too.
basically doing this for several minutes, because, like...
That takes 10 minutes.
Yeah.
That
The
takes
casting time is 10 minutes.
cast 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So
I mean, if we're taking 10 minutes to just, like, regroup and, like...
So sorry, I didn't realize that took 10 minutes.
Okay.
Don't write that down.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
As you begin to cast that ritual, what else is everybody else doing?
Well, I'm...
Is it a ritual?
Yeah,
Yeah, you
well-
say ritual on it.
Well, it's a 10-minute casting,
Location.
so you can save that
Okay.
roll for when you do get to off. Though, so just save that
Okay.
19 in reserve. So I will actually put that on a post-it note for you. There you go, so you don't forget.
Yeah, that was one of the things I ran into when we were doing the live D&D. I was like, I'm gonna do this. Oh, wait,
Expensive.
crap.
So
yeah.
what do you all do? So you start casting that. What are you doing?
I'm just kind of hanging out at the back.
Okay.
I'm looking at which spell I'm gonna cast, because I'm also healing a bit.
Okay.
Guess
Go
I'll
ahead.
do that. I'll bring up that thing that I was reading.
Okay, so which one do you think you should be?
That's where I'm not sure, because before I was going along that we needed more of like damage, like DPS. So I was going with assassin.
Mhm.
But now it seems like we're kind of more leveled out with.
Damage dealing?
So like, would you guys think that I would benefit more as a more like pickpockety kind of one again? That would fit more my character, or
I
is
think you
it-
should go with your character always.
I think, you literally stole a sacred jewel from a
That's true.
statue. You also stole a staff from a statue.
again?
Again.
Also, like, there's a really cool looking statue right here. So you're gonna come back. I'm gonna say you're up with 1 hit point right now.
Yeah.
Like, basically, you're stabilized at like, well, you're stabilized at 0 and conscious.
I'm dazed. But
You're-
I'm like,
you're
hey,
totally-
look at that.
Yeah, no, you're looking at this looming like
There's
snowman.
Something inside me is just like, you want that.
You do want
Oh
that.
my
And
god.
you can see that it actually has a pair of bright peridot eyes jammed into its skull.
They're not-
And on top of that, there's also kind of a shining purple gem in the center of its middle core. And I need initiative.
Oh, God.
Well, I healed 4 points.
Cool.
Meanwhile, I'm standing
So
here
I
over
rolled a
Farrah, like,
1.
chanting a prayer to Vela.
That's true.
It's like, but yeah, that was my big concern. Was like, do we need more damage, or should I go with?
I think you should go with what's in character.
Whatever
Do
you're gonna
the-
have more fun with, too.
That's the other one. Like,
Yeah.
do you think that the character's going to be more fun, or do you think that she's moving toward that toxic, evil assassin type of mod?
I don't think she's gonna become human again. She's not gonna care.
Don't forget there are also 2 additional thief types in Xanathar's Guide to Everything.
Which is right here.
Which, hand that to me, and I'll let you peruse that as well. So the 2 options that you have there, sorry for doing this in the middle of the stream, but this is a little important. So the ones here are the Inquisitive, which is the Mystery Solver. So it gives you, like, eye for deceit, eye for detail, which might be kind of cool. We'll see if it works with your...
Because I'm at a -1 for like things like
Yeah.
perception. 'cause
There's also
my
Scout.
wisdom is low.
which is one of them, and Mastermind. So here, take a look at them. And
Scout and master.
yeah, so these are the other roguish archetypes.
Ooh, we could have a scout and a ranger working together.
Did they make this after the?
This is a supplementary, and it's quite good. All right, so the entire cave area begins to rumble and quake, and you can see that glowing gem that's been placed in the center of the snowman begin to shine brightly.
So
This-
did you end up to it and like...
No,
Okay.
it
so
began
doing
to of its own volition.
Oh, no.
It starts to shimmer and shine, and then the large tree branches that have been jammed into the side of the snowman begin to twitch, and then at the base of it, you can see it begins to form what looks like legs. This happens so quickly. Its large cavernous mouth opens with wide, into a wide maw ringed with icicle fangs, and it roars with a... And I need an initiative.
I had 19.
Fantastic.
I had 19 as well.
What's your initiative, Maud?
6.
Okay,
I
so...
got 4.
Correct.
10.
Frick.
Okay. Farrah wakes up. She'll be at 9. So 10. What'd you get, Amy?
A 4.
Okay, so then it goes snowman. Then it goes winter. You got a what?
10.
Winter. And then it goes Amy. And then it goes
Very
Farrah. No, Farrah's after you.
Oh, really?
If
She
she-
did worse?
How? Because she's unconscious.
Oh, okay.
I should. You know what? I'm gonna give her disadvantage on that. Oh, that's a good roll. All right, so haha, I lied. It's on a base because it's a figure. It's on a base.
And I didn't spoil the surprise!
Yay! Thank you. I spent a long time working on that.
Are you sure that's the one you did? I thought I put more white on mine.
I think I ended up using mine because I'm petty. All right, so it lumbers forward. If anybody would like to take this round to heal themselves with instant heal spells, go ahead.
I'm casting.
You were still casting.
All right, Mike, you're
That
up.
sucks.
What did you just do?
I just cracked my jaw.
Why'd you do that for?
That was
I didn't mean to. I went to go open my mouth to say what I was going to do, and it went... Kunk! Ow!
Wow, lethal.
Rude.
Alright, so I'm going to...
So I want to reiterate, this is a tremendously large snowman with glowing green eyes and a maw ringed with icicles. Ice is beginning to flow down the branches of its arms. This is tremendously goofily scary.
I hate it.
Yes, you should.
Alright,
Snowpocalypse has begun.
Yep.
I am going to...
Hunter's Mark.
It automatically shifts. Because it's been so soon. So I'm going to use my inspiration.
Okay.
And I'm going to Hail of Thorns him.
Okay. And this is in addition to your attack, right?
Yeah.
Okay, is that a nat 20?
That is an 18, so...
Okay. Well, you have advantage. Are you using advantage on the attack or the Hail of Thorns?
How would I use it on Hail of Thorns? Because it's a D10 worth of damage.
Oh, it's automatic?
It's a dex saving throw.
Oh, okay.
So
And
it's like a ranged attack.
so I fail my dex saving throw.
Okay, so I'll use the advantage to see if I can get a nat 20 on the hit.
Yep, that's what you should do.
And that was a 5. Okay, so...
What you should also do, while you're thinking about it, which arrow are you using? Because you did buy some +1 or +2 arrows. Didn't you?
I bought all the arrows that I bought were +1s.
Okay, would you like to use one of the +1s?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so go ahead and roll me damage at a +1 and use your Hail of Thorns.
Okay,
And don't
yeah.
forget your Hunter's Mark as well.
Yeah, so basically, unless I specify otherwise, all of these will be with the +1 arrow.
That sounds fantastic.
So, let's see what I have. I have a D10, I have a D6, and I have a D10. So that's going to be an 8, a 9, and a 4, plus 2.
None of them.
Plus 1. So 8, a 9, and a 4, plus 3. So that's what, 9 and 9 is 8, 17.
Why only a +3? Because you have your dex bonus of +4 as well.
Oh, okay, so 4, 5, 6, 7, plus 7.
Okay.
So that is 17, 21, 28.
28 points of damage. All right.
Holy.
So with are you going to move forward at all to do this?
Yes, I
I think we're
am.
probably all up
So
closer now.
So from where Zeno is, he draws one of the special arrows from his bow and fires it in, blowing a huge chunk of snow out of the side of this thing's shoulder, and it screams again. Christine, you're up.
Question. When it
Oh.
says such as, those things, would ice count in that?
You know what? I'm going to give that to you. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I can't do it though because I'm still chanting.
You can choose to stop chanting.
Oh, I can?
You can choose to stop casting a spell at any time.
But she's almost dead and Farrah's
It takes
almost
10
dead.
minutes to do. Combat is 6 seconds around.
Okay. I will cast this instead then.
I'm saying you're awake, but basically you're dazed, right?
Yeah.
So you can still act and still move. You also can pass potions as your bonus action.
Mm-hmm.
So
that would work. Okay.
in fact, if you want to spend your bonus action to cast Hail of Thorns.
Yes, I did.
So I think that one is within 60 feet of me.
Yes, he is.
Cool. So I am going to center this on him, so it should not actually hit any of us.
Okay.
I'm going to cast Shatter.
Okay.
He must make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. And has disadvantage because he's made of snow and ice. I rolled a 7.
Okay, that does not succeed then.
Okay, so how much damage does it do?
It's 3d8.
Nice.
Can I have another d8?
Here you go.
You know
Oh,
what
that's a
I'm gonna
D10.
say is
Oh, shit. Here you go.
Oh, actually, no, wait. I'm going to channel Divinity. Automatically cause thunder or lightning damage to do full.
does this count as thunder damage?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
3d8 thunder damage.
Oh, right. And is that plus anything like your spellcasting mod for damage, or is it
No,
just 3d8?
you don't add anything to your
Okay.
damage for
I haven't played a
spells.
spellcaster.
So 3d8.
So 24 points of damage. All
A
right.
sudden, loud, painful ringing sound erupts on that spot.
Ow.
There's a
Doesn't hurt you
thunderclap,
guys,
and
though.
you'll see a deluge of snow explode off of his frame, and then he's upon you, or it's upon you.
We've already done
Can
28
you
damage,
move
24
him
damage.
30 feet forward?
Yep.
Everyone who is within 20 feet of him is going to... So that's going to be 6 squares, Mike?
Yeah, it's kind of.
That's how. What is the base count? Is
The base. So move him 6 squares from the
Okay.
start of his base.
1,
Or
2,
its base.
3, 4, 5, 6.
Unless they left a carrot somewhere, I can't tell.
Basically.
Sorry, I thought it was a fun joke. So,
I'm 25 feet.
all right, everybody inside of 20 feet there is going to feel their breath start to come out in just rivets of cold steam. This might not be the best place to be in around. I'm just going to put that out there. And I am going to... Okay, Christine, you're directly in front of me.
Along with Farah.
Farah is not on her feet, though.
Yeah.
I was just going to say, I meant any cone.
Okay, I cannot beat this roll. Look at these. I rolled a nat 20 and a nat 1 on my 2 attacks against you. So the first one whips past your face, and you duck out of the way with a little bit of smugness. The second hits you incredibly hard, and I hope you are still in the fight after this. We'll find out in just a second as we cut to a commercial break. No, just kidding.
Yeah, I thought those Yetis were a little too easy.
They're actually not.
They were kind of.
So that was... all right, Christine, you are going to take 24 points of bludgeoning damage as it crashes down into you, slamming you into the ice with all of its might. How many hit points do you have left?
I don't know yet. Let me count.
Okay.
I've got 10 left.
All right. That is the snowman's turn because that's all that happens there. Winter, you are up. I would suggest getting out of range.
So I can move.
You can move, yeah. You'll be able to do half movement. And I believe you did have a potion on you. I believe you had a light potion on you because we distributed them. Everybody had one.
Okay, so how much does that heal?
You can quaff that as a bonus action. That heals 2d4 plus 2. I can roll that if you prefer.
Sure.
So that's going to be 8 points of damage healed.
So I'm at 8.
You're at 8.
Wait, when did we all get one?
I believe you distributed them after you found a bunch in the last village or something like that. I remember everybody had one on them.
Yeah.
Like it was one of the light potions.
Oh yeah, I've had mine for a couple of rounds.
Because
You
like
didn't have one?
I, and I'm gonna be
I got
moving
the-
up behind.
I bought
So, like,
more,
around
Yeah.
behind.
Okay,
but
give
I
it that
spent a lot
space
of
though.
gold on that.
It's a good idea. Good, because
So where'd you go?
So I'm moving.
okay, that's the
back
last hint that I'm
like,
going to give.
back behind it, but I'm giving it that space.
Like here? Like
Yeah.
how far?
All right, would you like to take an attack action with your bow?
Like here.
Can I do it still?
Yep, because you just did a move and a quaff. So you can still do a single attack.
Yeah, because a quaff is a bonus action and a movement. So.
Basically, it's as much as going like this.
This fire, is it still on fire? Or is it gone? It was one of the barrels.
Actually, let's find out. It is still smoldering.
Okay.
If you'd like, next round you can dip your arrow into the beer and hope that it holds on, or you could try to make a fire arrow with some fabric or something. Maybe, I don't know. It's up to you. This round, though, you've used enough actions that you can just make an attack. So go ahead and roll. Unless you want to throw your magic dagger. That's a hit.
I can throw the magic dagger.
You could throw the magic dagger.
I wanted to.
I might want that magic dagger.
I mean, hopefully you'll get it back.
Yeah, right?
All right, go ahead and roll damage.
9.
9. Well, that's pretty good, actually. So you are going to fire into it, and what would have been a killing shot on any mortal man, you can see the arrow juts out of some of the ice that's forming on its snowy exterior. It was a hit, a solid hit, but it seems to shrug it off a bit. Amy, it's your turn.
Okay, so I want to move.
All right.
Can I only cast Hellish Rebuke if I'm attacked?
Yeah. It's because it's a rebuke, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm a move. Is it? Do I have to do a rough terrain saving thing for this?
Within 20 feet, the ground is now covered in slick ice that makes it difficult terrain. When you enter the area for the first time, you must make a saving throw.
Okay, we did that already.
You were already in it, though.
Yeah.
This is actually fresh ground.
Yeah.
As in, like, as this thing steps in front of you, you can see ice begin to sweep.
So we
out
have to do another save for it?
When you enter the terrain.
So,
you were already in the terrain,
yeah,
so
okay.
I'm going to count you as having succeeded this.
Okay. Because
If you move out of it and then back into it, you will have to do it again.
Okay. So I'm gonna move like 10, 15, 20, 25. I'm gonna go near this fire-ish. 30. And I'm gonna cast Moonbeam on it.
Okay, go ahead.
So that is, I just cast it. It's a 5-foot radius.
Did you start your turn within? Because winter was outside of 20 feet, right? Are you within 20 feet?
5, 10, 15, 20.
So winter was just outside of it.
I was here, she was here.
Were you inside of it?
How does it work with the diagonal? It was 5, 10, 15.
Diagonal.
20 or 25?
I'll give it to you.
Because I was like right here.
I'll give it to you.
Okay.
All right, so go ahead, do what you're going to do. You're casting Moonbeam.
So basically I'm dropping a 5-foot radius, 40-foot high cylinder centered on a point, which is right on top of it.
Yep, that sounds good.
Yep, and it's a, until the spell ends, dim light fills the cylinder. So when a creature enters the spell's area for the first time on a turn, or starts its turn there, it's engulfed in ghostly flames, it causes searing pain. It must make a constitution saving throw. It takes 2d10 radiant damage on a failed save, or half as much on a
save that until the
save.
beginning of my turn, which is coming up in a little bit.
Yeah, and then on my next turn, if I can move it up to 60 feet.
Okay, that sounds great. So that's going to be your turn. Then it's going to be Farah's turn. Farah was stable, but not conscious. She is within inside of 2d of there. So she's going to go unconscious again.
Damn it.
And needs to make a death save. Cool. You'll see ice begin to form over her lips. As the ice radiates, the ground begins to crystallize away from the snowman and moves around. It starts to creep up her form. Now we're at the top of the initiative with Mike.
I'm going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, and shoot.
All right, go ahead and make me an attack roll.
That is a 16.
16 is a hit.
Yay! Alright, and that's a D10 and a D6. And that's...
don't forget the +2 damage from the arrow if you're using your magic arrow.
I will not forget that.
Okay.
So that's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Then Zen with the +2 and your dexterity bonus. Okay. How much? 15?
15.
Dang, son.
All right. Another explosion of snow as you pump another arrow into its frame. Christine, you are inside of that 20-foot radius. Take another 4 points of cold damage. That is really lucky, actually. Could have done way more than that. What do you do?
Can I pick up Farah
Yes,
and move?
Yes, you may.
I'm gonna move over beside the cart.
Okay.
On,
So.
like this side of it.
Like over here?
Yeah.
Okay. So, however, I will say one thing. It is Farah is inside of its square space, so it's going to get an attack of opportunity against Farah. It is going to be using. Why don't you make me a dexterity save? Basically, we're going to do a contested attack. And actually, you're going to make me an athletics check. Because this is basically a lift and grab and pull. So this is a strength-based check.
$21.
21. Okay, she is going to be struck. So that means that she automatically fails that second save. If you take damage on your turn.
So if I lift and move, that's my entire action. Right?
I will say that lifting her is your bonus action.
Okay.
And you will move, so you can still make a regular standard.
So shove a potion
Where
down
are
at
the
them?
dying?
Okay, so spare the dying. That resets her
Stabilizer.
clock again.
Okay.
This is
Where are you at?
Yo-yo.
Yeah. Over
Over
here?
there.
It's
There you go.
awful.
all right. The snowman
Who's gonna-
is up. The snowman is going to roar
I
again.
need to take
Picture
a
Godzilla
save.
roar. Mike, what's hey buddy, how's it going?
I'm good.
The snowman needs to make a
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Constitution saving throw.
So my Constitution saving throw is a 19.
Okay, it'll succeed, and then I roll 2d10, and then you'll take half of that.
Okay, go ahead and roll that. Well, that could have been better. Mike, armor class 12 and 15.
Both miss.
All right, 2 icicles the size of your arm jut by you. They soar straight past your face. One of them almost grazing your shoulder.
So, I mean, it would have missed either way thanks to the +2 from her. But if your armor class is equal to it,
It's meet or beat.
okay,
So basically, would that have hit you without that?
yeah,
Okay.
that would have hit without the
And
bonus.
that would have wrecked you, by the way. These things are huge.
Ooh.
Do these things take, if I round, because you're taking half
Round,
as much?
always round up on halves.
Okay, so you will take 6.
That sounds great.
6 points of radiant damage.
All right, it is going to start to sizzle in the moonlight and shriek, and we are down to Winter. Winter, what do you do?
Kill it.
Fire with your bow, or are you just gonna?
Oh no, I was gonna do the thing with the beard.
All right, so why don't you go ahead and make me a sleight of hand roll to see if you can wrap it off and basically wick it into some burning beer.
No, 9.
Okay, it's not going to take, but you can still get a shot off.
Okay, cool.
So does she have to step closer to it, like here?
Yeah, she can do a 5-foot
Or
step
here?
against
One of
it.
those two?
Yeah, she's right next to you now.
Yeah. This is a mess.
You guys are doing better than I thought you were going to do.
Oh,
Now, do I get a...
Not at
No,
range.
Not at range. It's only...
I mean, this thing's already taken a good chunk of damage too.
+6, so
That's a hit.
15.
Wait, hold on. Was it what? That's only 15?
So 9 plus 6 is going to be 15.
That's going to be a miss.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
I'm sorry. You're great. You're wonderful.
This thing's already taken over 50 points.
This, I'll tell you its hit points later. Amy,
Yeah, after
you
we
are
kill it.
up.
I just definitely don't
Yeah.
want to go into
Yeah, I
its
am.
special.
You don't want to go into what? Into its range?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably a good
So
idea.
has it? So it hasn't moved. It didn't move on its turn.
It did not move on its turn.
Okay, so
although I got to
don't
remember
move
that it probably should have.
Mhm.
You know what?
Did it?
Yeah, I'm gonna move 30 paces toward Mike.
So how many? That's
30 feet. So
So
5,
move
10,
me onto those rocks,
5.
basically.
Yeah, it's basically like there.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't like this.
Yeah, you're not gonna like this.
That's
So it starts
awful.
charging down the corridor toward you.
Okay.
Boom, boom, boom. I need you all to imagine this scene. A giant snow.
Stay puffed.
Yeah, you're basically
Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Ravaging New York, except we're the ones being ravaged.
Okay, what am I? I'm
What are you
gonna.
thinking about? I'm sorry, you're having a rough night.
There's just not a whole lot I'm willing to do at 8 HP.
That's fair.
Otherwise, I want to go climb it and just like rip it off.
Oh, as a bonus action, I can hand her a potion, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna hand her a potion of greater healing
You can jam it down her throat if you want.
as a bonus action.
Yeah.
Okay.
Open up. So what do you say when you shove it in her face?
Drink this.
All right. Do you want to roll it or should I?
You should, and it's a
Okay.
greater, so I don't know
Yep.
how what changes.
I don't want Amy to do
Wait,
it.
holy shit. Yeah, you wanted me to do it.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's 4d4 plus 4, and I rolled 13 plus 17 points of healing.
Wait, what?
You have 17 points of healing.
You healed 17 points.
So what do you say to her?
I just drink this.
So she's drink this and jams a potion in your mouth.
It doesn't taste like alcohol.
A little bit actually,
Oh.
but kind of in the way that vanilla extract does.
So I'm at 25.
So that's going to tingle down your throat.
I don't have this.
I just
And,
imagine it's that like Popeye moment when he has this spinning.
and what else are you doing?
I'm trying to check my thing for my javelin, because I apparently don't have my stuff written down for it.
For javelin.
My javelin.
Javelin is 1d6.
Yeah, but the range on it That's what
You
it
are
is.
within range to hit him.
for a javelin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
So-
usually 60 feet.
Okay, I'm gonna give this a try.
It's like 40 to 60, I think.
Yeah.
Because like javelins were traditionally like the weapon of choice for like hoplites and things like that.
So it's 14 plus my attack bonus.
Plus your proficiency will be a hit.
14,
I believe that's
15,
like a 19.
14, 15, 16, 17?
17 is a hit.
Okay.
Go ahead and
And
roll
it's-
me your damage.
1d6. I mean, I don't remember. I think it's my strength on this one.
Yes, it
for
is.
This one. So it's going to be 1d6 plus 1.
Yep.
Don't fail me. I roll, that's 7 total.
7 total. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you are going to unleash your javelin, which is going to collide and lodge some more of that snow and ice away, but is largely going to bounce off of its icy frame. Mike, beginning of your round, do me a favor, buddy, and
And I move the moonbeam is on top of it now.
cool. 9 points of cold damage.
Oh, what?
Yeah. As it approaches you, you see the ground ice over. And I guess technically Mike enters the space then. Because it's swept over.
Oh,
But we'll see how
he's
that
got
goes.
the snowshoes, so
it's true.
I do have
true.
snowshoes.
That's true.
the ice spike things.
Yeah.
All right, so what do you do?
How much movement does a dash get you?
You sacrifice your action to basically you spend your action doing a double move.
Okay. So I'm going to be doing that. So I'm going to go 5, 10, 15,
No, don't lead it back here.
20, 25, 30. And then I'm going to do 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
So what I would suggest, move one more square against the wall.
Otherwise, you're within attack of opportunity.
Because its reach is larger than yours. It has a
Oh,
10-foot
okay.
reach. Because it has giant tentacle arms.
This is true. So I'm going to do that. And then I don't actually...
Oh, I forgot to narrate that. Its arms are all tentacly now.
Oh, neat.
Ooh.
Yeah. Damn. I should have written that down.
So I'm going to use that as my dash. And then I'm just going to move an extra 5, 10, 15 back there. So
Okay. Is that so? That's a max of. Oh, because you have extra movement, don't you?
oops, I have double movement to begin with.
That's true.
I have 60
That's broken.
plus the dash.
That's gross.
So
All right, Christine, you're up.
Okay.
120.
I quaff a potion.
Okay.
Greater healing.
Greater healing.
Please roll.
Okay. Not quite as good, but still solid. 6, 9.
I think my javelin throw should have been at disadvantage.
11, 15.
Oh well, it's done.
Should it have been?
It should have been, yeah. So just remember, because
Well,
the thrown range for a javelin is 30 feet for normal.
I mean, you
And
could have
then-
moved forward.
Okay, and I cast Cure
Yeah.
Wounds on Farah.
Okay.
So that's
Oh,
one.
it's done.
For the future.
Go ahead and roll it.
Casting mod.
Oh my god.
That's a waste of a spell.
How much is it?
1. Well, I
Plus-
rolled. I know it's plus my mod, but I rolled a fucking
Nope.
1.
No, that's fair.
That's happened to me multiple times tonight.
Everybody's rolling really badly this session, so it's fine.
Okay, so that is 6.
On a 1? Oh yeah, because you're a 5. I always forget that you have such really high wisdom stats. Or
Do you
really well
want to ditch
saved.
the dice?
No, it's okay.
Oh.
It's just frustrating that it
I need to
only
ping
does
this
it on a
D10 in
one
there.
where it's really critical.
You know what? She only has to be awake though. It's not negative hit points like before.
I know, but it still doesn't heal her for much. Like, that thing's gonna one-hit kill her otherwise next
If it reaches inside of range, the snowman is going to about face and is going to rush. So move it.
Dash.
Move it forward 6 squares. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1 diagonal toward you guys.
I hate it.
Right there. And then I am going to. I'm going to use an icicle on.
Oh, it needs to take damage from moon. It needs to
That's
do a
true.
Constitution saving.
I fail.
Okay, so you're gonna
Unless I get unless a 13 is a pass.
take. Nope.
Okay.
It is a. Near. Oh. Wait. Is it meat or beat?
It's meat.
Shit. And it does.
I'm pretty sure I have a +5 Constitution. Yeah, I got a 13.
Okay, so then it's exactly 13.
It's cool. Then roll me damage and have it.
It's annoying as heck. Stupid monsters being things.
All right, and with that, it is going to. It can't reach any of you except with its
It's gonna
icicles.
take 8.
8 points of damage.
Mhm.
And that's halved.
That is the half.
Oh, okay, cool.
I got 16.
Nice.
So that's okay. All right. So the moonlight burns away more of its snowy carapace. No, not carapace. It's snowy hide. Hide. Yeah, we'll go with hide. And it is going to hurl a. So you are yellow, and who has wounded me? You.
I have.
Does it know that it's me?
Us two.
Yeah.
Us
Oh, I was
three.
throwing a
Us
javelin
4.
at it. Right. I threw a
You know
javelin at its
what?
head.
You're. Yeah, I'm gonna hit. So Amy, you're yellow. You're American.
Crap.
That is 2 hits.
Oh.
Okay.
What'd
Mike.
you get?
On you, like a 21.
Oh, okay.
My AC right now is 15.
I rolled a nat 15 on you. So, Amy, do me the honor of. Oh wait, I rolled the wrong dice. Watch, I'm gonna roll less than what I actually rolled. Nope. Amy, you're gonna take 15 points of damage,
Ouch.
and Mike is going to take 11 points of damage as 2 giant icicles impact your frame and embed themselves in your torso. You feel cold begin to seep into your veins, and I need a Constitution save off of both of
The
you.
winds pick up.
Constitution saves, please.
That's a 4.
Uh,
Plus. That's a 6.
I rolled a 1.
All right, so both of you are going to have a level of exhaustion. You will have a disadvantage on ability checks.
Okay.
And we will continue rolling this every round.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. It's gonna be bad.
All right,
Sorry,
so
this
now
is just on ability checks?
on this round,
Yeah, but
for now,
so okay.
you're at level 1 exhaustion.
Okay.
News bears.
If this continues to seep into you, we'll see where it goes.
Okay. When do we roll for the
At
check?
the beginning of your round.
Okay.
Actually, no, it should be at the end of your round because it affects the following round's actions.
Right, okay.
So, Winter, you're up. What do you do? Can you make me an insight roll? Yeah.
16.
Okay, I'm gonna point something out to you real quick. So, looking around, you're a tricksy, foxy lady. They're giant vats of liquor, and you don't have to be that strong to tip a cylindrical barrel over and push it.
Towards it and then set it on fire.
Yeah, so that's not necessarily something that, like, you don't have a lot of magical things that can harm it. You could also just run up and start slashing the hell out of it, which might get you killed, but this seems kind of tricksy. Just an idea.
That red one looks ripe for tipping.
There-
Right for tipping.
So
Yes.
you could
Lick a dipping.
you could move over, spend your bonus action to give that a shove, and
Okay.
fire an arrow into it as it rolls up.
But would the arrow have to be on fire though?
Not if it starts leaking on the ground and anybody else has even the lightest fire spell. Does anybody
I
here
have no fire spells.
Okay.
Why are
I
you
just
looking
need
at
it
me?
to attack me.
That
I do radiant damage. That's different.
Yeah, same.
okay.
Farah, on the other hand, has just healed and is awake.
So one thing
I can use it as a setup, basically.
you could just push the entire thing inside of range. Yeah. Are you gonna do that?
Mm-hmm.
See, I gave you a clever
I
option. You
have
made it
this
even clever.
cantrip.
So go ahead and do that.
Where's it going?
Roll that though, like a
Yeah, go ahead and make me a strength check.
strength.
I don't think you're going to need to though, because it's basically actually roll me the dice. I want to see what you get. A 19. Holy shit! All right, so that red barrel, Mars is going to rush it with her shoulder, tipping it over, and she's going
She's like, here?
to steamroll push it to the base of the snowman.
Okay.
So is she like in
Come at me,
range
bro.
or is she out of...
She's up there with it.
Can I taunt
Oh,
it?
she's up here?
Yeah, she's so push it.
Okay.
She's basically rolling it up against its
Oh,
base.
Jesus Christ.
You can make me an intimidation roll. Yeah,
Oh, and Farah's up, right?
Farah is up.
Wait.
I mean, does she have to stand from prone though and take?
Yes, she will on her action,
Yeah.
which is after Amy's.
19.
19. What do you say this in? Common? Infernal?
Either that or infernal.
Okay. Yeah. It's going to look down at you, and its green peridot eyes are going to flash red. And you think you see some steam escape the side of its head, and like,
It man.
Amy, it's your round.
Distraction.
I'm so mad I don't have produce flame prepared.
It's true, but you could heal somebody, you could attack.
I could. So I have a spell that works as a bonus action. I can go back to it again, of course.
You have resistance to flame, right? Okay, that's gonna be helpful.
That's good.
Boom.
I don't. So what's Farah at?
Farah is up, and she is kind of healed.
Might be becoming your guys'
Um,
Junkrat!
Goblin junk cycle.
I can just light it on fire.
So
Create my own
I'm
bomb.
Oh,
casting.
That's true. This is
I'm actually
ridiculous.
just gonna heal myself on this one, honestly.
Okay,
Actually.
is that a bonus action?
Yeah, it's a one bonus action spell.
And what are you doing with your main action?
Because I have torches.
I'm going to.
But they aren't lit.
But yeah, but she can just,
I have a matchbox.
Oh.
yeah. She actually has
So
matches.
main action? Can I guess
Oh, I've got Tinder, don't I?
double check one.
I mean, swipe left. Ooh, snowman.
Yeah, I've got a Tinder box.
I'd swipe right on
Swipe
that.
right on the snowman.
Everybody likes snowmen.
Everybody you should have tried to befriend this guy. Party member, 30-foot tall
God.
snowman.
As my main action,
Olaf.
as my main action, I'm gonna cast Thorn Whip.
Okay.
So for healing, I'm going to try and heal myself. We'll see if this actually works. Ooh, nice. So
Okay.
that's 4 plus my spellcasting ability modifier, which is wisdom. So 7.
7's good. 7's less than what you had.
7. So
You know what? That's a good idea that you
20.
turn that into. No, that's not for you. That's for Winter.
Oh, what? Oh.
I'm giving you a point of inspiration for your idea.
No, you're inspired.
Because I gave you an idea and you rolled with it and made it even worse. And I'm like, yeah, take it. Take it.
Oh well. Okay, so now I need to do a.
You know what? I'm going to give you an inspiration as well for constant Farah protection. That you spent the entire fight just carting her corpse around. That's worth an inspiration.
Desperately to keep her alive.
She's
Yeah.
almost died twice.
Well, if you hadn't healed it there, I would have done that too. So
I've spared the dying so many times on her. It's ridiculous.
Just twice.
Okay.
Yeah,
In
twice
one
on
fight.
that, but I've also healed her.
yeah. So
I'm
I'm
sparing the
casting
dying the last time because I just healed her instead.
a
I can also
ranged
disengage.
attack, I guess.
What's that?
I can also disengage.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. So
Did you actually get a nat 20?
Yeah.
And this is your
This
thorn whip?
is my thorn whip. So it's
Does it
not
have range?
particularly... Yeah, it's 30 feet. I'm like 30 feet.
All right, so go ahead and roll me your damage, please.
Yeah. So I make a melee spell attack against the target.
Mhm.
It's ranged. If the attack hits, creature takes 1d6 piercing damage, and if the creature is large or smaller, you pull the creature... I don't want to do this, but I'm doing it anyway. I'm yanking it 10 feet closer to me.
It is over 30 feet, so I believe it is gargantuan, not large.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't actually move it. I just
Actually, you
hit
know
it.
what? I think I have... Is that the large base or the gargantuan base?
That's
I
the
think it's the
gargantuan base.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's gargantuan.
So, yeah.
Bigger.
So it's too big for that, which is
Yeah.
probably good for you.
So it's going to take...
You just run over Winter
It's
with
just
it.
taking 1d... Thanks, guys.
It's taking 2d6 because you rolled a crit.
Oh, yeah.
Like, this is how I die.
Right,
like,
right.
just let me go.
I mean, that's the way it
2d6.
works, right?
Just let me go.
Here's
That's how Mafia works.
What?
That's how Mafia works.
I don't understand the reference.
Oh, the ads for a Mafia game all over like
Oh.
Instagram and
Oh,
everything.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I did play them.
It
And-
takes 7 points of piercing damage.
All right, so you call upon nature's might, and a thorny vine sprouts out of your hand, the ground,
Yeah, it's I create a long vine whip covered in thorns.
rips out of the ground, and slashes it across the face, dislodging the carrot from its face.
Ha!
You can remove the
Um,
carrot if you'd like.
No,
Nah,
just
too
update
great.
it.
That's
much.
too great. That's too good of a figure.
And
Yeah.
thankfully this is a cantrip, so I don't actually lose any spells.
Well, that's fantastic. All right, now it's Farah's turn. I'm going to make a roll for Farah to see if she can figure out what the hell you're doing. She has no idea what you're doing, so she can't help you with that. But what she can do is go... Oh, yeah, I only roll 1 dice. And I rolled a 4. It was great. So she's going to look at this giant thing and summon up magic missiles. And I rolled max. I'm not even kidding. Like, it was great. So that's going to be 15 points of damage.
Okay.
Nice.
Boof, boof, boof. And
Is it its turn?
it is not. It is Mike's turn.
Okay.
Um,
and I definitely moved the moonbeam back. It's basically just following it wherever it goes at this point.
All right, that sounds
Okay.
great.
If I light an arrow on fire and then hit that tub of liquor, is Mars gonna get exploded too?
But don't worry about it.
There's a good chance there.
Don't worry.
There's a good chance there.
I thought they weren't exploding.
Well, if it lights on fire,
It'll
it's
light
right
on
next
fire
to
at
it.
the very least.
Yeah.
There will be some fire damage.
Yeah.
Let it blow.
Let it blow. Let it blow.
You could try to help pierce
Let it
the
burn.
You could try to hit it and crack it open. Because it is pretty thick wood. You think she might have trouble getting through it even with her dagger. Like even just a normal arrow puncturing it might help.
Alright, I'm gonna go over by the smolder barrel. I'm gonna try lighting my arrow on fire.
Okay,
just
make me a
kidding.
sleight of hand roll.
Okay.
Good luck. Succeed, please.
And that's over 20.
Okay, so you managed to wrap some fabric around your arrow and put. Is this one of the magic arrows?
Yeah.
Okay, what are you aiming at?
I want to also put the arrow into the barrel.
Okay, so go ahead and make me an attack roll versus barrel.
That has to be a quote for tonight.
Right.
That is a 16.
That's a static object. That is a hit. Go ahead and roll me damage. I want to see how much this explodes.
Oh, yeah.
2. Oh, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Okay.
8, 9.
All right. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll a d20 to see whether or not the fire stays on the arrow after it's shot, because that's actually really difficult. Or you can roll. I'm going to let you roll, actually.
Okay.
So to see whether or not the fire is doused by the sudden expulsion of liquid, that is going to be a d20, and basically we're going to play... you're going to want a 14 on this. Just flat d20.
That was a 10.
There's a 10. So the fire is going to be doused out, but as it collides into the barrel, the magic from your arrow is going to crash through it, and the potent dwarven stout is going to explode all over the snow creature.
Let it rain.
I will say that the fire from your the fire from your arrow is going to give it just enough heat that it's not going to immediately freeze.
Nice.
So Christine, you're up. What do you do?
Oh, did Farrah take her turn to stand up? Or did she stay prone?
She stood up.
Okay.
That takes half her action, half her movement.
Flip. Mars is pretty hurt, isn't she?
Yeah. Can you do a healer range?
Yep.
What is it?
Cure wounds.
That's not a touch?
Oh shit, it is.
it?
Okay.
Oh, your stack of
I thought that
prepared
was the
spells
right
is
one.
crazy.
Yeah. Wizards clerics are great. Healing word is.
Yeah, healing word is ranged, but it's
Such a
minimal.
shitty one though.
How much does it do?
But it works as a bonus
1d4.
action.
I'm at 25 right
Yeah,
now.
but it wastes a spell slot, right?
Oh, yeah.
Hmm.
So like I've only got 2 first levels left.
You know,
I mean,
that's-
at this range, you could hit it with your hammer.
Doesn't the hammer return to you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's fly the hammer.
Alright. I will try hitting it with my
You
hammer.
spending inspiration?
Yeah.
Sure. Okay, can I have a d20?
What color? Okay. All right, let it go. Come on. Come on.
Let it go boom.
Ooh.
Uh,
That's an 18 at
yeah.
least.
Oh,
All right, that is definitely a hit. Roll me damage.
Oh. Let's fly the hammer.
Walmart Dice is doing well.
Oh, God.
10.
10 points of damage?
Yeah.
And that is magical. That
Is
is your
Yeah, it's magic.
it's magic based damage because it's a plus 1 hammer.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, so that means that if it has damage resistance, it bypasses it. Right?
Andy.
I've been counting it the whole time, don't worry. All right, it is the snowman's turn. You have pissed me off,
And
so
it needs to make a constitution save.
Oh, yeah. You
Tell me if it is 13 or above.
it is.
Damn it. So we'll take half of this next amount. Ugh.
So-
5 divided by 2.
3.
3. It takes 3.
Okay. Winter. Hold on, that's cocked. That is definitely a hit with a 25.
what is it?
It is going to just lash out and.
Hellish Rebuke.
Yep, it's going to happen at the same time. So,
Good night, guys.
Winter, you're going to take 11 points of damage.
Oh, hey, I'm still up.
15 points of damage.
Hey, I'm still
So you're like...
And
10.
we have gone through Mike and Amy. We went through your rounds. I need you both to make a Constitution save again versus the cold. I forgot about that.
Right,
Oh, I do that. I'm going to bring this up.
Aren't we
Yeah.
out of range for that?
No, because
No,
the
'cause it
icicle's
was a-
jammed in you still.
Oh.
I get a... That's 22 for me.
I failed.
You failed. Mike, you're at the second level of exhaustion. Your speed is halved, which means you move like a normal person.
So if at 22, I'm still up level 1, I just don't increase.
Saving throw.
Against a fire-based thing?
Yeah.
I'm going to say that I have disadvantage against a fire-based save.
Boom.
Okay. And does it do... So what happens if I succeed?
If you succeed,
Yeah.
it takes 2d10 fire damage on a failed save or half as much damage on a successful one.
Okay, I need you to roll me damage.
And 2d10.
The full damage.
Another D10.
And,
Here.
Could try any one of these.
Oh.
There's that one.
And then Winter, when you're done.
So you're taking 5 plus 9, so that's 14, so take 7.
No, it
No?
takes 28.
Oh, double damage for
It's
fire.
vulnerable to fire. All right, Winter.
Nice.
So it slashes down, slamming you toward the ground, and as you glare up, you can see Mars's eyes, a little bit of flame swirl in the pupil, and out of nowhere, this hellish black-red flame licks up, striking the creature and igniting all of the liquor that's on it. It erupts in flame for an additional. Winter, I want you to roll this. Can you roll me? Can you roll me 4d6? Actually, sorry. Roll me 2d6 and tell me what the result is. Okay, 6. So that is an additional 12 points of fire damage then, as that ignites, which is going to splash on you as well. You're going to take 3 points after your resistance is factored in. You originally took 5, and then you fire doesn't really burn you very much.
So took 3.
You just take 3 total. And with that, the entire thing, the snow creature is going to scream and thrash as it drops to minus 38 hit points. It had 2 hit points at the beginning.
Oh my god.
It screams and melts.
Accurate.
Don't hurt yourself.
Jesus
Oh, I'm
Christ.
tearing up. Oh, God.
How many did it have total?
126.
Many.
Oh,
Many.
man.
It shrieks and collapses into the ground, melting with doing the what a world type of clawing, and melts out of existence,
That's fantastic.
leaving nothing behind.
Does it
But the
take my
shatter.
burn
My javelin.
Wait, I was gonna take a picture.
Oh, okay. Then I'll just leave it. Leaving nothing behind except the small purple shard.
Oh, the eyes are gone too? The
Oh,
paradox?
yeah, fair enough.
Okay.
The paradox are there.
And my javelin's gone.
Your javelin...
Do you want to roll for it?
Your javelin caught on fire.
Okay.
I would assume all the arrows that I expended into it caught on fire.
This would be a
Javelin
nice
of
enough
what?
javelin.
Oh, Winter, I actually forgot to roll your cold damage.
Good night, guys.
Good night,
Because you were
friend.
inside of its range. I apologize for that, my friend. So
Just
you're
good
down
night.
another 7. You're
Yeah.
fine.
So you're at 0.
Are you at 0?
Yeah. So she basically just goes funk
Yeah, I think
Can I
that.
just be like laughing hysterically?
and just like passes out.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
When you
just-
pass out from awesomeness.
I'm just laughing hysterically at this point.
All right.
Oh my
So
God.
in the wreckage, you'll find 2 of those.
Goodbye, javelin. I will have to get another one at some point.
Cool.
It has the rough value at the top too.
Awesome.
What'd you find?
He finds 2 peridot stones the size of a child's fist each.
Yeesh.
And that's 1,000 GP for the party
Total?
total. Just in the 2 eyes, 1,000 GP.
So let's sell those a stat.
Yes.
So Farah is going to limp to her feet and look around, and Mars is passed out on the ground, giggling in a drunken stupor, barely
Maybe like
conscious.
she's laughing in infernal.
How do you laugh in it?
like
Quote
that.
it.
Okay.
Would anybody like to use Spare the Dying on Mars?
I am unable
You're like,
to,
I
but I
use a
can.
heal?
know. I
Can
don't know.
you stabilize someone with medicine anymore?
Yes, you can.
Can I still use this roll?
Yes, you may.
Okay, I'm gonna spend 10.
Okay.
Oh, thank goodness.
So it's making a medicine roll to try to stabilize her.
You're not sure if you should though. Like she's looking a little.
That's a nat 20 plus 5.
Okay, so
25.
you're going to
I'm gonna
be
do
conscious.
First aid.
She basically.
First ed.
And she'll just like keep laughing. Just like, but this time like in infernal, she's just like, how did that taste, motherfucker?
Quiet rings in around the cold chamber here, and all you can hear, aside from her cackling and the heavy breathing of your compatriots as you look around at the dead Yetis, and this dissolved snowman, is the chanting of your dwarf cleric as she works on an incantation.
Ooh, what happens if I try putting like the shards together?
They will actually click together magnetically, and they will seal. There's, as far as you can tell, without using a hammer, there's no way to break them apart.
Got two.
You do.
How complete of a shard does it look like we have?
About this big.
Okay.
It's pretty small still.
Do we have something secure we can keep that in?
2. Glancing around, is anybody
All right,
looking around
Mars.
the area?
Yes, I would
Yes.
love to look around. I am already in that corner, so.
All right, so go ahead and make me an investigation roll.
You got two. Investigation.
That was a 19, that was a 22.
Yeah, look, another nat 20!
Holy crap. All right, so are you looking back in that corner?
Yeah.
Are you looking in that corner as well, Amy?
I will look at a different corner.
All right, Amy, looking around the other corner. I'll start with you because you got the nat 20.
Yay! That's
You will find
21.
you will find a golden pin, like a brooch pin,
Oh.
with a foaming mug of alcohol on it. It looks like a guild pin. It's splashed with blood and shines with gold and a little bit of honestly like platinum working just around the froth to make it shine doubly bright.
Okay.
It's engraved on the back.
Okay.
Do you speak Dwarvish?
No. I speak Orc and Common and
Okay.
Druidic.
Luckily enough, we have some.
I don't recognize this.
It
Or
has-
maybe I might recognize the symbols as...
It looks like a brewer's guild for
Okay.
sure.
So I will have to show.
You think that it's emblazoned with a name on the back. You are also going to find a small leather pouch. And mixed among a bunch of the ice and snow, you're going to find a frozen body
Oh.
with large bites taken out of it.
Ew.
In the little pouch, do you look in it?
Yeah.
There are a pair of sardonyx dice.
What dice?
Sardonyx, it's a type of stone that I found.
Sardonyx?
Sardonyx, that's what it is. Here you go. That's
Sardonyx.
Sardonyx.
Oh, right.
It's
Kind
also-
of like tiger's eye.
It's onyx with sard in front of it.
Steven Universe.
Yeah, thank you for
Sardonyx.
teaching geology, Steven Universe.
Yeah. Sardonyx.
Dice, yeah.
Icy dice.
I see
They
this.
they look
Dice.
quite expensive.
Mhm.
Mike, over in your corner,
Yes.
you're going to see. And you're also going to appraise that at least the remaining barrels of alcohol can be salvaged.
They can?
So I think that's 2 left.
3.
There's, 1, 2, 3. But I'm looking at those two over there.
Okay, yeah, those 2 can be salvaged for sure. Mike, over in your corner, you're going to see there's a bit of a heap of mixed among the snow piles. Looks like there were offerings left to whatever that was. That snowman that they were venerating as a god. Mixed in there, you're going to find a crate. If you open it up,
Yes.
you're going to see that there is a painting of a beautiful woman wrapped in canvas. Or pardon me, wrapped in leather, because that would keep it drier. Do you have history?
No.
Okay, you can make me an intelligence roll anyway.
That's a 6.
It's a very nice painting of an absolutely gorgeous woman. Looking around as well in that crate, you'll find that there is a cylindrical. There's a stick. Make me an arcane roll.
The levels of exhaustion, if it's ability checks, would that just be saving throws, or would that be the things we're rolling now?
That's rolling now as well.
Okay, so should we still be rolling at disadvantage, or?
From here on in, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I just remembered.
Oh god, that's hideous.
But
You'll see.
Okay.
Christine's posting like close-ups of the snowman.
oh, excellent.
So that's 21.
Excellent.
21. So this is a wand.
Ooh.
You think you recognize it. It looks like it has something written on the side in Draconic, but you've seen this before.
And I read Draconic.
Oh, you do read Draconic.
Yeah.
This is a wand of magic missile.
Ooh!
Neato.
You'll also find that in the crate as well is a silver threaded noblewoman's gown. It looks like a wedding dress. Incredibly immaculate and would look great on any one of the 5 of you.
Nice.
You know what? That'll come in handy later at the brothel.
Yep, the cross-dressing episode. It's going to happen.
Silver threaded wedding gown.
Okay, so I'd say by now this has probably gone off.
Yep. All right. All of you will take 19 points of healing as
Thank goodness.
as Malia finishes her incantation to Vela. Yes.
What was in that coin purse that I picked up earlier?
You are going to find 6 copper pieces and a pair of children's teeth.
Wow, that's not good at all.
It's not good at all.
Nope.
However, as you peruse through the snow, you're going to see there are various piles of coins. Between the 2 of you, you are going to unearth. Okay, who's writing this down?
Me.
Okay, you got it.
You're going to unearth 900 copper pieces.
So 900 plus the 6 in my pouch.
Yep, 906. 48 silver pieces. 191 gold pieces.
46 silver.
46 silver. And 91 platinum coins.
Ooh.
Wow.
Whoa, Jesus.
Huh.
Whatever these Yetis were collecting from, it looks like this has been... They probably had a merchant caravan or something.
Yeah.
And in fact, among them, you'll also see several silver ingots. In fact, you'll find that among them are 6 silver ingots. Each of them weighing, I believe an ingot's a full pound, right?
About
And they are stamped with one of the trade guilds.
Time to get some silvered arrows.
Or you could return them to the trade guilds for...
Yeah. These barrels. I'm gonna.
Are they the barrels?
They're
that were
probably-
stolen?
Are these the stolen barrels?
They are
Because
marked...
there were 5 of them. Now there's 2 at least that are still salvageable.
Oh, am I looking at that one in my corner? Is
Can
it
I
good?
get you both to make me a constitution saving?
I made a flaming homer.
You did make a flaming homer. Alright, someone write down I made a flaming homer.
Nice.
That's an 11.
An 11?
14 for me.
All right, so you can't make it out on the one that it's kind of scratched up, but the one that you look at, you'll confirm that it has a symbol on it. It has an impression mark of a mountain goat on the side of it.
It totally is then.
Neat.
Yep, you made
Wait,
a
should I
flaming-
roll that at disadvantage?
What was your constitution save?
I got a 14.
Then you will shake off the effects of the cold.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
Yay!
I had the
It's
11.
gone.
So you're fine now.
Okay.
Okay. Yay!
Christine, you
Excellent.
heal everyone. What do you do looking around?
I will start looking around after I'm finished.
Okay, can I get everyone to make me a perception roll?
I can do that.
13.
There's my 1.
That's great.
20.
Let's
Non-natural 20.
No,
This
natural
dice
20.
is moody.
There's my
apparently.
nat 20, so 25.
Okay, fantastic. As you finish your
Natural.
prayer and you feel the healing energies seep out of you and the touch of Vela hallows this area for a moment. There's blood everywhere, frozen to the ground now. You're looking around, compiling the loot that you found. You hear something with your elven ears just above.
Your elven ears here.
But it's you that notices it first. It's that hallowed feeling of Vela's presence is suddenly besmirched, tainted.
Uh-oh.
Something else, another arcane energy.
Uh-oh. Oh,
Wow.
Was he the blonde?
From above,
No.
from above on the cliffs at the top, you can hear applause echoing down into this large chamber. Congratulations! I was wondering if you'd survive this. It was a great show. You can see that he's up there. He's wearing the form of a human, maybe half-elf at this range. It's hard to tell, but fine-featured, handsome on the side of pretty. He sits on the edge of the icy precipice, his legs dangling over, a paper bag of those fluffed beans in his hand. He's munching on them.
It's popcorn.
It's basically popcorn.
I hate this guy so much.
I'm really surprised. Congratulations.
I'm just kidding. Infernal. No.
I will call back. Well, if you enjoyed it, how about tipping the performers with some healing potions?
Show must go on, right?
The show must go on.
Or, gold works too.
I prefer healing potions, honestly, if he's going to keep throwing us into these.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
Same.
Tell you what. He'll reach into his pocket and pull something out. You can fight over it, and he'll flick down, and you'll hear hit the center. A ring with a large gem in the center of it hits the middle of the field and rolls. It has a bright red stone.
Who's closest to it?
It's going to land exactly...
Because we probably regrouped a bit more in the center.
It's
but...
going to land on the podium.
Okay.
You know what?
Mars, don't touch it.
I'm not going to do anything because I'm going to let Mars test it for
Yep.
me.
I'm gonna go pick
just
up
like,
the
don't!
ring.
All right, so you're going to pick it up, and it has a fiery red stone in the center of it.
Yes.
It's actually it's warm to the touch even in this cold.
Fantastic.
You gonna put it on?
Oh yeah.
Okay, cool.
Oh, God.
Oh,
This is why we let Mars
Um,
touch things.
It's really cold out.
Oh.
It's not cold out anymore.
I wasn't. Oh yeah, no, I was super cold before.
Yeah. It's a ring of warmth. When you wear it, you're just never cold. It's
Nice.
a really cheap cost.
Toasty.
Yeah, it's nice. It's like being under warm blankets that have come out of the dryer.
I should look up at him. and there's another thing I have to thank you for.
I was wondering, actually, how many of those do you think you're going to find?
That's not what I'm talking about. But anyways, I'm gonna find all of them.
I warn you, though, you're not the only one looking for them.
Of course not.
Then I'll kill
That'd
them.
be too easy.
Here's hoping you kill them before they kill you. Regardless, I'm hoping for a show.
Right. I would like to thank you for showing me what my true path is, coming to near death almost a couple times tonight. I see that what I was truly meant to be, and it's all thanks to you, sir. I'm meant to be a thief.
You're just learning this now.
Yes.
You're already a thief.
All you do is thieve.
This isn't news to anyone.
You'll see.
I look forward to it. You've already stolen my attention. And I will say, the snowman wasn't my doing. The idiots put that in there themselves.
Oh, well, thanks for the tip.
Pharaoh will shout up. Why? Why that name? The god of the cold, he'll say with a smile, and then fade out of view. Did I not perform well? Applaud as I exit.
I did!
God of the cold.
God of the cold.
Is there more meaning to that, Shara?
It's nothing. Make me an insight check. I'll make a deception check with a disadvantage because I'm not good at lying.
I'm listening to that, so I'm holding an ultimate.
Yeah, anybody can do that.
I don't have religion, but I can intelligence. Maybe?
Haha! Suck it! I got a 13.
I got a 23.
Jesus.
27.
Nah.
13.
I was trying to recall if I knew anything about gods of cold.
That is go bullshit.
The answer is 11.
11. So anybody can also make me a religion roll for gods of cold.
But I will also, I guess, insight Farah. So
That's a 2 for gods.
Okay.
16 for Farah.
20.
Oh no shit! Really?
22.
Not a nat 20.
All right. So let me describe some of the gods. So Jormungandr, the one who created this cleft, is also known as the Blinded Beast. He is a god of strength who had his eyes cut from his head in his fight. Now he is the epitome of rage, blind, lashing out at anything nearby. A god of destruction. Typically worshipped by the more feral creatures. There is also the god of frigid cold, the god of stolen warmth, the god of stolen breath. It's known by many names. Frydhr. Frydhr is how it's... They're pronouncing it strange with their accent, but it's Frydhr. And it is... its symbol is a great, icy, coiling serpent with wings. Its worshippers tend to be things like Yetis, ice elementals. It's up for debate whether or not it's some type of creature beyond God or separate from divinity. The dog really wants in. But it is a powerful entity that is worshipped by many monstrous creatures. Whoa!
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Hi!
Whoa.
Hi, running dog.
Whoa, dog, whoa, whoa, whoa. And
I was so lonely.
the U.S.
For 5
American
minutes?
Is
dice.
the USB mic still on?
Yeah, looks like it.
Charlie,
Yeah.
lay down.
Yeah, it looks like everything's still connected. The lights still exist.
He rolled the dice I dropped on the floor.
Yeah, it's an 11.
Charlie, you got an 11. What's your mod?
What was it for?
Being cute.
Charlie?
Ambush?
Yeah, that was ambush.
Fair.
Charlie should have had advantage on that. But...
There you go. That's it. That's all.
Charges and the mechanic. We worked that earlier. You weren't
What's a
paying
dash?
attention.
Dash.
Yeah, he used a dash action.
So what happened?
Oh, right in the stomach.
Whoa, Jesus, Charlie.
Oh, Charles. Hey, Darth Doggo.
Wow.
Come here.
Wow, dog.
Okay, let's get back to game.
Okay.
So you will definitely be able to tell that she's lying, and you'll have an inkling that she's lying for sure.
Bullshit, kid.
Did you say that?
Yes.
Oh, jeez. Hey,
Mars, she's 14,000 years older than you. She's not a kid.
Yeah, but she's still bullshitting.
Yes.
look, just
drop it.
Just drop it. Fine. Look, it's
She'll tell us if she wants to tell us.
fine.
It's like she barely knows us at this point.
We should get back and collect our reward.
I like that idea.
They have to pay us, right? We like being paid?
Yes.
Is this...
I mean, they don't have to. We kind of volunteered.
Well,
But we could also have let it round rampage and killed the city.
Yes. However, they're not obligated to pay us.
And
although
we might very
we
well.
could sell the liquor because it is currently not claimed by anyone.
well, we could bring it
I mean,
back
we could
to...
like bring it back to the people, hopefully hoping for a reward, or we could take it to its actual delivery destination and get the delivery amount.
It is true.
The hotel wanted it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
They were-
That's what I was
Let's take
thinking.
it to the hotel.
They needed help.
Brothel.
I'm gonna go with just.
Okay, cool.
I'm
I'm just-
ignoring it. Yes, exactly.
Yes, the inn wanted it.
And they need the liquor.
Our accommodations.
Yes.
Seems like more of an in and out to me. She'll say walking off.
Well, hopefully.
What?
I mean, I'll flat out state.
I rolled a 19 on my understand innuendo roll.
No.
You missed. He goes, oh, the inn wanted it, and she's like more like the in and out.
And then I'm like, well, hopefully.
I mean,
Yeah.
And Malia just walks around going, the brothel.
I don't care
Charisma,
where
like,
we stay.
0.
Yeah. Actually, negatives.
Yes, -2.
So, do you guys collect up all of the items that were here?
Yeah,
Yes.
pretty much.
All
Yep.
right. So, heading back out into Steep Hollow. Let's pause here for 1 second. So it's 10:20 right now.
Yeah.
How much more juice do you have in you?
Not much.
Not much.
10, 15? Or do you want to wrap up here and finish up later?
I kind of feel like wrapping here because we could just kind of. We could just do the last bit, like in what happens.
Actually, I think
after
that would be
role
good.
play,
So-
like, quickly at the beginning of next session.
Yeah.
So you walk out. You walk out again. Walk out of the chamber, down that hallway. And as you do, you can see that there's a crowd gathered outside. Some ambitious youngsters beginning to push their way down the corridor while the guards say, I wouldn't probably do that if I were you. Your call, though. I'm not walking past the line. I love these nights. And as you approach, that mayor, the one with the halfling with the sash, will approach.
The Yetis are dead, as well as the god that they...
The
Summon.
giant moving snowman.
They
Our snowman?
they summoned a god into the snowman.
Well, they brought it to life somehow,
Yes.
and it was about to rampage.
Our snowman. And why don't we end game right there with him wallowing in the snowman's demise. So I hope you had fun with that. We've been planning that for about a month.
I was gonna say we probably shouldn't have told him that we killed the snowman until we got a reward out of him
That's probably a good
because
idea.
that's our tourist
Too late!
attraction.
So,
I was not paying attention.
The one with charisma, without charisma, knows all the things.
all right. So, I want to show you guys a couple of things. So we're gonna chat for a little bit. So we're reaching a good point here. I hope you're enjoying generic fantasy setting number 17735. This was Snowmageddon. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
And was the conclusion of the Danger of Steep Hollow. I hope you're going to stick around with us for the next one, which is the Dog Run Bridge arc, which is going to be probably our longest multi-episode arc yet. And it's going to be a lot of fun and introduce a lot of new things into the setting. But in the meanwhile, I would like to point out that technically, you guys fought an ice elemental, which was you are level 4. That is challenge rating 6 on its own. You also fought that after fighting 4 Yetis, which each one of the Yetis was a challenge rating 3.
Yep.
When you combine things, that ends up being a... Let's see, those are challenge rating... I think that was 2 challenge rating 6 fights in a row.
Wow. We
Cha-
survived.
Yes, those are 2 deadly encounters in a row that you survived.
And we also did the stuff at Valley Hut, too.
And you did the stuff at Valley Hut. Well, I'm talking about this specifically because this was like...
Big.
I-
Right now.
I weakened
2
the
in a row.
Yetis, just so you're aware.
Yeah.
They were a little drunk.
Oh. Yeah, fair.
So they were weakened by 10 hit points each. But that's it. That's the only difference. They were hitting just as hard. They were just slightly weaker. The ice methods were the same. You fought a baby ice elemental that I based off a water elemental. And you fought this monster, which is a fan-made thing. And you're welcome to take a look at it because it's not coming back. I also made the executive decision that not every shard has a present in it because that would add up quick. But you did get a magic ring that keeps you warm.
That's nice.
It goes with my nightcap.
Oh shit, this thing could have burrowed?
Yeah, that was the one thing I removed from it because it doesn't make sense for a snowman to burrow through ice.
Snowman.
That was the... What?
Yeah.
Snowmole.
Snowmole. A
It had
snowmobile.
20 strength and 20 con.
Yep,
Snowmobile.
it's a tank. And if it missed you guys so many times, and every one of its attacks does 2d8 plus 4, and it can do 2 around. In addition to just doing ambient damage to
I'm
everything
very
within its range.
glad that we were not wrecked.
I was very surprised, actually. You spread out and did some good fighting. So, the last thing that I want to say is that as you were going off, you newfound heroes into the great big world. It's going to get more dangerous from here and a little more serious and goofy at the same time. But you probably shouldn't go in at level 4. So, congratulations. Welcome to level 5.
Yeah! Heck yeah!
All right, so we're going to log off for the night. Have a great time. This has been Dork Tales in generic fantasy setting number 17735, the Shards of Nyrn.
And we're saying bye.
We're saying goodbye, and we're all level 5. Well, they're all level... Oh, Farrah's level 5 now, too.
Yay.
That's great. Have a great time. Thanks for tuning in.
Good night.
Bye.
Night.
See you in 2 weeks.